You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept
back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
Swinging a ground ball, hit toward short, charging in his lines. He fields, throws to first. The comeback is complete. From 2-0 down in the series, the Long Island Ducks have won 3 in a row at home. And for the 5th time in franchise history, they will head to the Atlantic League Championship Series.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
Live from Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, this is Long Island Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Tonight, Game 2 of a 3-game series between the Long Island Ducks and the Lancaster Barnstormers. And a pleasant good afternoon and welcome into the broadcast. My name is Joe Vasile. As tonight, after the 7-3 win for Lancaster yesterday, the Long Island Ducks look to get back on track with Dennis O'Grady taking the mound. O'Grady is 2-2 with a 3 earned run average on the season. And he'll be opposed by the lefty for Lancaster, Rami Lewis. We'll talk a little bit more about the pitching matchup as we go on here on the Long Island Ducks pregame show here on the Ducks Broadcast Network. But what we need to talk a little bit more about is that game yesterday. We'll talk about that as well. And kind of where that puts the Ducks right now, as today is game number 55 here in the first half. That means including today, 15 games remaining for the Ducks, and they find themselves 6 games behind the Somerset Patriots, who are at 33-21, the Ducks at 27-27 for first place in the Liberty Division standings in the first half. So as the Patriots and Ducks did battle this week, it was a prime opportunity for Long Island to be able to get some room back. Unfortunately, they weren't able to do so, and then the Ducks came here to Lancaster and lost last night, while Somerset ended up winning last night over the York Revolution to get their lead back over the Ducks to 6 games. In terms of the Liberty Division, in between the Ducks and the Somerset Patriots, well, it's the Bridgeport Bluefish, and they've been playing some good baseball as of late. They're at 31-24, and that's really the big race in the Liberty Division. It's between Somerset and Bridgeport, and Long Island is still alive, but just on the outskirts of being in contention. And they're not mathematically eliminated by any means, but it is going to be a little bit tough here for the Ducks to get themselves back into this one, unless they start playing very well starting tonight against the Lancaster Barnstormers. Like we said, Dennis O'Grady takes the mound for Long Island. He had his roughest start of the season against these Barnstormers back at home in Game 1 of a doubleheader on May 27th. He allowed a season-high 6 runs on 9 hits to the Barnstormers, who have been the best offensive team in the Atlantic League all season long. But he'll look to rebound back as he's gone 5 innings and allowed just 1 run in each of his last 2 starts. So much stronger work from O'Grady after that outing. And again, he's 2-2 on the season with an ERA of 3. And he's striking out about a batter per 9 inning. That's the good news. The only bad part about that is he's also walking a lot of batters. 23 walks issued for O'Grady in 45 innings pitched this season. Meanwhile, Rami Lewis for the Lancaster Barnstormers is an Atlantic League veteran. He spent 3 years as a member of the York Revolution from 2014 to 2013 to 2015, and then took last year off from baseball. Now is back in the Atlantic League pitching with the Lancaster Barnstormers. He's just 2-5 on the season with a 6.95 ERA. It's a deal where he's either got it or he doesn't, and he hasn't had it much more often than he has lately. He's got an ERA over 9 in his last 3 starts. So it'll be the lefty Lewis against the righty O'Grady, the pitching matchup in tonight's game. So now we'll take our first step aside here on the Long Island Ducks pregame show. When we come back, we'll relive some of the highlights from last night's game, a 7-3 victory for the Lancaster Barnstormers, and get you caught up on how it all went down. That's next on the Ducks pregame show. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey, Hey fans, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
I welcome you back to Clipper Magazine Stadium here in beautiful Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Joe Basile here with you on the Long Island Ducks pregame show tonight. Well, we mentioned that in last night's ballgame, the Lancaster Barnstormers got off to an early lead and defeated the Long Island Ducks by a final score of 7-3. Let's get you caught up on how that all went down in case you missed last night's game. It was actually pretty darn good early as Alfredo Simon made his first start of the season for the Long Island Ducks, making his Ducks debut after signing early in the month of June. The 9-year Major League veteran set down the first 9 batters that he faced, 1, 2, 3 innings in the first, second, and third innings before he hit some turbulence in the bottom of the 4th inning. Rico Noel led things off for the Barnstormers in that 4th inning by singling, and then he stole second and third base consecutively with Caleb Gindel at the plate. Simon then struck out Gindel for the first out of the inning, but Blake Galen, the 2012 Atlantic League Player of the Year, came through with an RBI double to right center field. That scored Noel and put the Barnstormers up 1-0. Next batter up was Casey Hobson, and after falling behind him 3 balls and 1 strike, the Ducks just opted to intentionally walk Hobson, and that put runners on first and third after Galen, during the Hobson at bat, had advanced to third base on a wild pitch. Then, after that, Sean Halton lifted a sacrifice fly to left field that ended up scoring Galen and making it 2-0 in favor of Lancaster. Next batter after Halton was Garrett Weber, who after he got down in a hole 0-2, hit a 2-run home run to the opposite field, the righty Weber going over the right center field wall. And it was a 4-run inning for the Barnstormers as they took a 4-0 advantage. That was short-lived as the Ducks came back in the top of the 5th inning with 1 out. Elmer Reyes was able to collect himself a single to right center field to score Delta Cleary Jr., who had singled against Brian Evans to lead off the inning, and then advanced to second base when Dan Lyons ended up walking right after him. So the score was then 4-1 in favor of Lancaster, and it would stay that way until the bottom of the 7th inning when Jim Fuller was in relief for the Ducks. Fuller allowed a leadoff single to Vladimir Frias, and then Rico Noel, the very next batter, ended up doubling down the left field line to score Frias and give Lancaster a 5-1 lead. Noel then stole third, his 3rd stolen base of the game, and the 4th stolen base overall for Lancaster last night. They went a perfect 4 for 4 against Jordan Pacheco, the catcher, and 5 Ducks pitchers. So there was a runner at third and nobody out, but then Jim Fuller got back-to-back strikeouts of Caleb Gindel and Blake Galen and got Casey Hobson to ground out to first base to end the inning without any further damage. In the top of the 8th, the Ducks got the run right back when Mark Krause stepped up to the plate and hit his 3rd home run in the last 4 games on a 3-2 pitch. He deposited one over the right center field wall against Cody Hall, former big leaguer in. Hall would then settle down and strike out 2 in the inning, as Lancaster would go on to strike out 16 Duck batters in the game last night, a new season high for Long Island in terms of times struck out in a single game. In the bottom of the 8th inning, Lancaster got a couple of runs back against Zach Treese, who went in the 3rd of an inning and got touched up a little bit in terms of the hits. It wasn't like he was throwing bad stuff or anything. There were a couple of borderline strike calls that didn't go his way, and Lancaster was squaring up some pretty good pitches last night. Not a bad outing for Treese, at least not as bad as the numbers look. A third of an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks. But again, he pitched a lot better than that line indicates. Tyler Levine then came in and got an inning-ending double play to neutralize the threat. But 2 runs had already come home to score for Lancaster, and they then led 7-2. At the top of the 9th inning, the Long Island Ducks got a leadoff walk to Anthony Vega, and then Elmer Reyes and Lou Ford had back-to-back singles. Ford's single drove home Vega to make it 7-3 and put runners on first and third. Angelo Sonko then drew a walk, and that loaded the bases, so that it was time to bring in the closer Anthony Carter with the bases loaded, nobody out, and the tying run at the plate for the Ducks in the 9th inning. Ruben Gotay then struck out. Mark Prouse flew out to right field on a line drive. Caleb Gindel and then Jordan Pacheco struck out swinging to end the game. So the Lancaster Barnstormers defeated the Long Island Ducks 7-3 last night. The loss dropped the Ducks back down to 500, 27-27 on the season. So we'll take another step aside here on the Long Island Ducks pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look around the Atlantic League and get you caught up on what else is going on around the circuit tonight. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Billy Horn, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best-looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
And we'll welcome you back to Clipper Magazine Stadium here on the Long Island Ducks pregame show. Joe Basile here with you in Lancaster, Pennsylvania tonight, where the Long Island Ducks set to take on Lancaster Barnstormers. It's a full slate of action around the Atlantic League tonight. One game is actually already underway. That's the Bridgeport Bluefish hosting the Sugarland Skeeters tonight at the ballpark at Harvard Yard. Steve Gleason is on the mound for Sugarland tonight. Meanwhile, Bridgeport counters with Jonathan Abaladejo. What should end up shaking up to be a pretty good pitcher's duel up there at the ballpark at Harvard Yard. Right now, that game in the bottom of the first inning, and it is still scoreless, 0-0. Southern Maryland Blue Crabs play host to the New Britain Bees tonight. After last night, Southern Maryland defeated the Bees 2-1 in just 7 innings, as the rain that had been in the forecast to come through Lancaster all day missed us and went down and hit Southern Maryland and washed out the Blue Crabs and the New Britain Bees. Eric Fornatero takes the mound for New Britain tonight. He goes opposite Drew Hayes of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Somerset Patriots host the York Revolution tonight at TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater, New Jersey. After Somerset came away with a victory last night, York sends Steve Janis to the mound against Mitch Atkins of the Patriots. The Patriots are getting close, and it's almost time for them to start counting down their magic number. Right now, they currently claim a lead in the Liberty Division over the Bridgeport Bluefish. That is 2.5 games with 15 left to go. Still a lot of baseball left in this half for both teams, but it's at a point where the Patriots are playing some very strong baseball, as are the Bluefish, so it should be really interesting, especially if the Ducks can win a couple games here this week against Somerset how the rest of this first half race is going to play out in the Liberty Division. Well, we're talking about the Liberty Division. The Ducks' opponent tonight, the Lancaster Barnstormers, they do their action over in the Freedom side of things. So we'll tell you a little bit about the landscape over there because it's kind of changed radically here over the last week. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs have caught fire and won 6 games in a row and have won 8 out of their last 10 to take a game-and-a-half lead over the Lancaster Barnstormers in the Freedom Division first half. They're at 30-23. Meanwhile, Lancaster's 29-25, a game-and-a-half back, but still 4 games up on the Sugarland Skeeters, who are 25-29, and the York Revolution sitting last at 21-33. But it's kind of a 2.5 team race in the Freedom as well, with Southern Maryland and Lancaster being right up there up top. Lancaster, with the win last night, broke a 6-game losing streak. And Sugarland really on the outskirts there, just fighting for relevance, 5.5 games back, which is closer to first place than the Ducks are, but Sugarland is 4 games under 500. Meanwhile, the Ducks are at 500. And I think if you ask anyone around the league, the Ducks are a better team than the Sugarland Skeeters this year. So we'll take another step aside. When we return, we'll run down the starting lineups for tonight's game and get you all set up for first pitch. It's the Long Island Ducks and the Lancaster Barnstormers. That's coming up next. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Family fun every time. Beautiful evening for baseball. Big action every time. He reaches up, it's gone! Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolette patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
And a pleasant good evening and welcome back to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. My name is Joe Basile. We thank you for joining us tonight as the Long Island Ducks are set to take on the Lancaster Barnstormers in the middle game of a 3-game series. Let's get you caught up on the starting lineups for tonight's teams. We'll start first with the Lancaster Barnstormers. They come into this game in second place in the Atlantic League's Freedom Division, 29-25, a game and a half behind the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Their starting lineup is Rico Noel, the center fielder, leading things off. He's followed up by the DH Blake Galen and the right fielder Caleb Gindel. Casey Hobson is at first base. He bats cleanup, while Sean Halton is across the diamond at the hot corner. He bats fifth. Lastings Millage is in left field tonight. He bats sixth, while Garrett Weber gets the start at second base, batting seventh. Anderson De La Rosa will do the catching for the second straight night. He'll bat eighth. And Vladimir Frias is the shortstop. He bats ninth and rounds out the lineup. Rami Lewis is on the mound for the Barnstormers. Meanwhile, the Long Island Ducks enter at 27-27. They're in third place, 6 games behind the Somerset Patriots in the Atlantic League's Liberty Division. Their lineup sees the return of Phelan Lentini to the leadoff spot, and he will play right field. Lentini has been out of the lineup for the last 2 nights for the Ducks. Omar Reyes bats second and plays second base, while Lou Ford is in left field, batting third. Angelo Sunko is the DH. He'll clean up while Alex Berg catches and is fifth. Mark Krause is the first baseman, batting sixth. Ruben Gotay, the switch-hitting third baseman, will bat seventh. The 8-hitter is the center fielder, Delta Cleary Jr., coming off a 2-hit night last night. And Dan Lyons rounds out the lineup and plays shortstop for the Ducks. Dennis O'Grady will take the mound for Long Island in this game. The Ducks are wearing their orange alternate jerseys, Ducks written across the front in orange, outlined in black, with the Quacker Jack head on the D. Numbers on the back of the jerseys are in green, outlined in white. Left-hander Lewis ready to go, and the first pitch on the way to Phelan Lentini is a strike at the knees. The count is 0-1. Underway about 10 minutes after we were originally scheduled to get underway at 6:40 p.m. tonight. This pitch from Lewis, swinging a ground ball, whacked foul, right past the third base bag, and the count now 0-2 to Phelan Lentini, hitting .210 on the season. Team leading 10 doubles, a home run, and 8 runs batted in.
What do we have, 7, 8, and 1?
Lewis winds and fires from the third base side of the rubber. The pitch. That one's hit foul at the third base line, and we'll do it again at no balls and 2 strikes to Phelan Lentini. Lentini, despite his offensive struggles this year, still stealing bases at a prodigious rate. 25 stolen bases in 26 attempts. Pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs. It's now 1-2. With the signing of Darian Sanford, or I should say, with Darian Sanford having his contract purchased by the Washington Nationals organization last night, that means Lentini now leads all active Atlantic Leaguers and steals as he rolls one over to shortstop. Frias charges, throws to first, and that's just in time to get the speedy Lentini by a half a step. And there's one gone here in the first inning. So let's meet the defensive alignment for the Lancaster Barnstormers. At first base, it's Casey Hobson. Second baseman is Garrett Weber. Third baseman, Sean Halton. And Vladimir Frias plays shortstop. On the outfield from left to right, it's the former Major Leaguer Lastings Millage in left, the former Major Leaguer Rico Noel in center, and Caleb Gindel, another former Major Leaguer, in right. First pitch on the way to Elmer Reyes. He's in at the knees for a called strike, and the count's 0-1. Reyes had himself a whale of a ball game yesterday, 3 for 5 with an RBI. And now in the 2 games that he's been back, since dealing with a little bit of a stomach issue earlier this week, an ulcer, he's reached base 7 times in 9 trips to the plate. His late swing and a foul ball. Count now 0-2. Got up into the sweet level on the first base line. When he returned to the 3-1 Ducks victory on Thursday night in Somerset, Reyes went 1 for 1 with 3 walks and a run scored. And last night, the 3 for 5. Now the pitch to Reyes. So we have a foul tip here at home plate. And remain at 0-2. Lewis already given up a couple of 2-strike foul balls. And talking with Dave Collins, the broadcaster for the Lancaster Barnstormers pregame, said that's been kind of his bugaboo this season. As Lewis gets to a lot of 2-strike counts and then gives up a lot of 2-strike foul balls as Reyes hits one on the ground up the middle. Over to his right is Weber to play it. He throws on to first in time to get Elmer. That's his second out here in the first. So 2 up and 2 set aside by Rami Lewis on a couple of ground balls, and that'll bring up Lou Ford. Ford went 1 for 5 with an RBI in the game yesterday. And then Dave posed kind of an interesting question that, well, I don't think I really have an answer for. And he said, you know, when a guy gets to a lot of 2-strike counts and then gives up a lot of 2-strike foul balls, is he pitching too well or is he pitching not well enough? So the first pitch to Ford is in at the knees for a called strike. The count 0-1. Meaning he's doing his job. He's getting to those 2-strike counts. He's not letting hitters get solid contact on it. There's a late swing by Ford. A foul ball. Count now 0-2. Guys aren't making good contact and squaring it up and keeping it fair with 2 strikes. But at the same time, he's not putting guys away. He's done a nice job here so far to the first 2 batters. Pitch to Lewis, swinging a line drive, hitting the right field. That'll get down for a base hit. It's cut off by Caleb Gindel as Lou Ford hustles into first base with a 2-out base knock here in the first inning. And the Ducks have their first base runner of the game. So that'll bring up Angelo Sanco. Team leader in home runs with 13, left-handed power hitter and a short porch out in right field. And for Sanco, who went 0 for 3 yesterday with 2 walks, it seemed like early on in the game especially, he was maybe that short porch in right field was in his head a little too much. Then later on his approach got a lot better. It seemed like he wasn't swinging as hard or swinging for the fences. And that's when he's at his best, when he's just relaxed at the plates. Lewis working out of this stretch, and the first pitch is swung on and missed by Sanco, and the count 0-1. Something a Ducks pitcher actually said today in talking pregame was that, well, you see that happen a lot with batters. He said that I actually don't mind pitching in a place like this if it's my home park. This was more of a hypothetical type thing. As Sanko swings and misses, it's now 0-2. He said, because you get road hitters coming in a lot and maybe seeing some of those friendly dimensions and you get them overswinging and out of their element because they're trying to take advantage of, say, a 300-foot porch down the right field line. It's very tempting for hitters, and I'd be the same way if I were playing. 0-2 pitch misses upstairs to Sanko. It's now 1-2. It's just human nature, really, to be able to want to do it. It takes a lot of thought and discipline to make sure that you don't get in your own head with it. Lewis looks over at Ford and now delivers the 1-2 to Sanko. Swing a ground ball hit up the first base line. It's picked by Casey Hobson, hit waist high. He steps on the bag at first to retire to side. So Sanko out, 3 unassisted, 3 groundouts in the first for Ronnie Lewis, 1 hit and 1 land left on base for the Ducks. No scores. We go to the bottom first. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks-branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
One more time. Let's give it up for Dave.
Fans, every walk by a Ducks batter this season is presented by City MD Urgent Care. 15 City MD locations across Long Island offering the comprehensive quality care you need the moment you need it. Need a doctor? Just walk in. City MD Urgent Care. It'll be Dennis O'Grady on the mound for the Ducks. He works exclusively out of the stretch. You see him warming up right now on your screen. He'll face Rico Noel, Blake Galen, and Caleb Gindle for the Barnstormers here in the first. After Noel, Galen, and Gindle, it's Casey Hobson, Sean Halton, Lastings Millage, Garrett Weber, Anderson De La Rosa, and Vladimir Frias. Again, Noel, Galen, Gindle, Hobson, Halton, Millage, Weber, De La Rosa, and Frias. Still hoping for a Yuri De La Rosa, Anderson De La Rosa pitcher-hitter matchup in this series. So here's Rico Noel, the speedy center fielder for Lancaster. Wide open batting stance on the right side. And the first pitch is a swing and a foul ball here at home plate. Came down and caught a little bit of Noel and a little bit of Alex Berg. And the count 0-1. Rico Noel now the man in center field for the Barnstormers, at least for the time being. Darian Sanford having his contract purchased yesterday by the Washington Nationals. Noel, normally an infielder, starting in center field for the second straight night as 0-1 misses low. It's now 1-1. Barnstormers playing a man short. They have not made a corresponding move. After having lost Sanford, they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do to fill his roster spot. Pitch to Noel, misses low. The count now 2-1 strikes. There was rumors around the old water cooler that Josh Bell, the hitting coach for Lancaster, former major leaguer who was in the bigs as recently as last year, might be activated as a player coach, but nothing like that's come to fruition as the pitch is hit on the ground at third. Nice pick by Gotay, throw to first in time to get Noel. And a great play made by Ruben Gotay, sprawling out to his left on the hot shot there by Rico Noel. A great wherewithal for Gotay to know that he had no time to waste with the speedy Noel at the plate, running down the first base line to get up quickly and deliver a strong strike across the diamond to Mark Krause. So here's Blake Galen, batting in the 2-hole after he was the number 3 batter for the Barnstormers yesterday. Went 1 for 4 with an RBI double and a run scored. As O'Grady drops the hands to the belt, the first pitch. There's a fastball in the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1 to Galen. Galen hitting .315 on the season for Lancaster, 13 doubles, 5 home runs, and 21 runs batted in. Now the pitch. Swing a fly ball, lift in the air pretty well out towards right center field. Back goes Lentini, and he will watch it go. Goodbye home run. Blake Galen onto the walkway out in right center field, and it's 1-0 Lancaster.
Blake Galen, home run, brought to you by the
6th home run of the season for Blake Galen.
Just come home, you too can come home to a beautiful Boyd Wilson.
Dennis O'Grady, that's the 6th home run that he's allowed this season. So plagued a little bit by the long ball. That'll bring up Caleb Gindle now with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first inning, 1-0 the score in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. First pitch to Gindle misses low, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Ready to take a long look in at Alexberg for the signs. Now comes set and the pitch. Just did miss outside, count now 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch. Oh, this is low, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes. Brady fires. Here's one that gets in, catching the outer half of the plate. Now 3-1. Galen, who spent the majority of his career playing here in Lancaster. 3-1 in for a strike. It's now 3-2. We said his 6th home run of the year. He only had 4 all of last year, the 32-year-old. Still going strong. 2012 Atlantic League Player of the Year. With the Barnstormers. 3-2 pitch. This is high and outside for ball 4. So Caleb Gindle draws a 1-out walk and will let on down to first. Runner on, and 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 the score in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers, with Casey Hobson now strolling up to the dish and up beyond the center field wall and left center field. Dark looking clouds. Although nothing that looks threatening, just dark. As opposed to the lightness that we've been experiencing for much of the day. First pitch on the way, misses upstairs to Hobson, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. As of right now, they're showing about a 60% chance of thunderstorms at 7 p.m. It's about as high as it's been. That's just anywhere in Lancaster, not necessarily here at the park. 1-0 in for a strike to Hobson. Count now 1-1. The last thing that you'd like, of course, is to have started this game and then have to go into a delay in the first inning or 2. Pitch to Hobson, late swing and a foul ball. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Casey Hobson, hitting an even .300 on this season after his 1 for 3 yesterday. He's the team leader with 13 home runs and 46 RBIs. Leading the team in 2/3 of the Triple Crown categories as the Ducks have the shift on against him. The pitch, swinging a drive deep to right field, and that one is a no-doubter for Casey Hobson. Second home run of the inning for the Lancaster Barnstormers, and they now lead it 3-0. The wind blowing out to dead center field tonight, and the Barnstormers have taken advantage with 2 home runs.
It's another Barnstormers home run, brought to you by Strasburg Railroad. 2 more Barnstormers have just come home. You two can come home to a beautiful. Boy,
Dennis O'Grady is trying to collect himself out there on the mound and settle down. Easy at this point in the game to lose your composure. You absolutely cannot afford to do that. Fredo Simon went just 4 innings yesterday. The Ducks got 5 out of their bullpen, including Henry Hirsch, who went 2 innings in long relief as the first pitch to Sean Halton misses low. The count 1-0. Tyler Levine did pitch last night, but he only threw 2 pitches, getting a double play, so he should be available to go long. I would imagine he would be a long man should he be needed. Pitch hit on the ground hard to third, past the diving Gotai and down the left field line for a base hit. That'll rattle around in the short corner as turning first and heading for second is Sean Halton. And the Barnstormers keep on doing what they do.
In the 6th position on the field, number 5.
Bring up Lasting's Millage. All these balls being hit hard by Lancaster. Even the one out of the inning was Noel's hot shot to third base that required a diving stop by Ruben Gotai to even get to. As Billy Horn's going to come out to the mound and use the Ducks' first called timeout of this game. And I think wisely here just to try and settle down O'Grady. As Lasting's Millage gets set to come up to the plate, he's leading the team with a .320 batting average. No home runs though for Millage, 16 RBIs, 7 doubles. He's played pretty much every day, though not strict an everyday player. It's game number 35 for Millage on the season, game number 55 on the year for the Barnstormers overall. So the righty digs in against Dennis O'Grady. First pitch on the way. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. The count 0-1. No surprise that against O'Grady, it's been the lefties doing the damage. The home runs both hit by lefties, Blake Galen and Casey Hobson. O'Grady has the highest batting average against left-handers on the Ducks this year. Came in hitting .308 against him. As the pitch to Millage misses outside. Count now even up at 1-1. 3-0, the Lancaster Barnstormers lead the Long Island Ducks, who play here in the bottom of the first inning. As the dark clouds continue to roll in overhead. And the threat of some storms here in the area tonight, resulting in a lighter than expected crowd. As the 1-1 is swung on and missed by Millage. The count now 1-2. Yes, weathermen can be your best friend or your worst enemy. When you're a minor league baseball team, the threat of rain often drives some folks away. And today, again, talking about thunderstorms for most of the day, and the threat kind of dissipated as the day went on, but at that point, most people have made their minds up. So the 1-2 misses low. It's now 2-2 to Millage. They gave away floppy hats here at the ballpark today to the first 1,000 fans. And they're kind of those, those like fishing hat type things that maybe you'd wear on a safari, except it's soft and it's flexible. They're not terrible looking hats. Something you'd wear to the beach. Pitch. And this is low to Millage. The count now full, 3-2. Not that there's necessarily any beaches here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Pretty good hike away from, the Jersey Shore, the beaches of Delaware, Rehoboth Beach, Ocean City, Maryland. We're not really close to beaches, a couple-hour drive away. The pitch, swinging ground ball, hit out towards shortstop on a broken bat, backhanded by Lyons, the throw to first in time to get Millage. That's out number 2 here in the inning.
Number 4, the second baseman, Garrett Weber.
So we'll see if that helps Dennis O'Grady settle down. After 4 straight Barnstormers reach base. A home run, a walk, a home run, and a double. In between groundouts to the left side of the infield as Garrett Weber will now come up to the plate. Weber hit a home run in yesterday's game. An opposite field shot to right center field, and at the time put Lancaster up 4-0. First pitch on the way. In at the letters for a called strike at the count 0-1. Didn't know it at the time, but that home run that Weber hit ended up providing the winning run for the Barnstormers as he crossed home to be the 4th run of the game, and the Ducks only scored 3. Pitch, Weber pops it straight up the chute, taking off the mask Alex Berg, and he'll see that one sail back onto the roof of the suite level. Count now 0-2. For Weber, who reached as high as AAA in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization, is a 28-year-old infielder for Lancaster. He's played a little third base this year, playing second base, though, in tonight's contest. O'Grady set in the pitch, swinging a fly ball lifted in the air to center field, chasing off to right center. This one's got a chance, and it's going to hit off the base of the wall out in right center field. Coming around third to score easily is Sean Halton. And standing in at second with an RBI double is Garrett Weber. And it's now 4-1 in favor of Lancaster in the bottom of the first inning.
Batting eighth, the catcher, number 32.
Now Anderson De La Rosa will come up to the plate, representing the 8th man to bat here in the 4th inning for the Lancaster Barnstormers. So things not going very well for Dennis O'Grady. Still an opportunity to turn around. There, of course, is a lot of baseball left to play. We're only in the bottom of the 1st inning. The Ducks have come back from larger than 4-run deficit so far this year. O'Grady comes set. Here's the first pitch to De La Rosa. Fastball at the knees on the outside corner. Very good pitch from O'Grady, and the count 0-1. Vladimir Frias, switch hitting shortstop, swinging the bat in the on-deck circle. As O'Grady laboring here in the first, up near 30 pitches. One pitch is in for a called strike. It's now 0-2. This next pitch will be number 30 for number 17. Pitch. This is outside. It's now 1-2 to De La Rosa. Defensive alignment for the Ducks. First baseman is Mark Krause. Second baseman's Elmer Reyes. Dan Lyons is the shortstop. Ruben Gotay, the third baseman. Lou Ford plays left field. Delta Cleary Jr. plays center. Phelan Lentini is in right. And Alex Berg does the catching. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And De La Rosa goes down on strikes. First strikeout of the game for Dennis O'Grady. And that's the third out in the first. But the Lancaster Barnstormers score 4 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors, and they leave 1 man on base. 4-0 Barnstormers to the second. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the Magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. The Ducks Health Report is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapists of the Long Island Ducks. Everything still more or less the status quo as it has been for the better part of a week now. In terms of the Ducks' injuries, David Aardsma expected back on Monday as the Ducks return home. And outside of that, Tyler Wilson still in the concussion protocol. Cody Puckett out for the season with torn patellar tendon, as is John Snodgrass. Alex Berg will lead things off for Long Island as we start the top of the second inning. Will be followed by Mark Krause and Ruben Gotay against lefty Rami Lewis for the Lancaster Barnstormers. Over 4-0 lead over the Ducks. First pitch on the way to Alex Berg, misses inside, and the count 1 and no strikes. Alex Berg, as you might be able to tell from the slushy chants, is the strikeout man tonight for the Ducks. We will play that sound after every stinking pitch. The pitch is fouled back behind home plate, count now even up at 1-1 to Berg. We're doing that last night with Ruben Gotay at the plate. 16 strikeouts for Lancaster pitching. Gotay didn't strike out till the 9th inning. So the 1-1 is hit foul by Berg, and the count now 1-2. Rami Lewis this season, again 2-5 with a 6.95 earned run average. Struck out about a batter per inning, but he's allowed, get this, 72 hits in 45 1/3 innings pitched, including 1 to the Ducks in the top of the first. Alex Berg trying to get the Ducks back into this one. 4-0 to score in favor of the Barnstormers as Berg calls time. They show Angelo Sanko up on the video board, but this is Berg. Now pitch. Misses outside. Got now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Berg. Some fans starting to chant along with the slushy chant. Lewis has his sign from Anderson De La Rosa. Now the 2-2. Late swing and a foul by Berg off on the first base side. We'll do it again at 2-2. This season, Alex Berg getting 247 overall. Good power numbers, 6 home runs, 8 doubles, and even a triple. Right-handed batter against the lefty Lewis. Now the pitch. Swinging a slow roller to the third base side, gets past Lewis. Third baseman Halton's got it. He throws to first. It's low and it gets away. And did that end up hitting Alex Berg on the heel or on the foot or something? He's kind of hunched over in shallow right field. Kind of came in awkwardly right around there, but not quite sure what the deal is there with Berg, but he legs himself out an infield single. Berg aboard at first base with the infield single. That'll bring up the hottest hitter in the Ducks lineup in Mark Krause. Krause is working on a 7-game hitting streak. If he extends it, it'll be tied with Giovanni Alfonso for the longest on the Ducks this season, which is 8. He's also got hits in 9 out of the last 10 games. Lewis is set. The first pitch to Krause. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count 0-1. A strong stretch has Krause's batting average up to 274 on the season. His home runs in 3 out of his last 4 games played, dating back to Sunday, including the solo home run that he recorded in the 9th inning yesterday. Now the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to second base. This could be 2. Second baseman Weber goes to second for 1. That's all they'll get. That was a little slow to develop. By the time that Weber threw the ball to second to Vladimir Frias, the shortstop, trying to avoid Alex Berg, there's no chance on them getting Krause at first base, and Frias just held on to the ball. Didn't even try. So 1 gone here in the inning as the Ducks trade Berg for Krause at first base. I think they take that trade. 1 out as it looks like some rain's starting to fall now. Fans starting to head for cover. It's the first pitch on the way to Ruben Gotay. Swinging a ground ball hit up the middle. Goes off the glove of Lewis. Goes out to the shortstop Frias, who steps on second for 1. And the relay to first in time to get Gotay. It's a 1-6-3 double play. And the Ducks are down here in the second. The fans start to head for cover as we head for a commercial break. You're listening to Long Island Ducks baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network. 4-0, the score favor the Barnstormers.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. and you're listening to the Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
There's no better time than now to sign up the Young Ducks fan in your life for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. Children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting www.liducks.com or by calling, 631-940-3825. It'll be 9-1-2 in the Lancaster lineup, due up against Dennis O'Grady here in the second. Vladimir Frias, Rico Noel, and Blake Galen. It's the Barnstormers 4 and the Ducks nothing as we start play here in the bottom of the second inning. The Ducks with a pair of hits against Rami Lewis so far, but without a run to show for it. Grady comes set, and the first pitch of the inning on the way to Frias is swung on and hit on the ground on the right side of the infield and past the sliding Reyes and into right field for a base hit.
Center fielder Rico Noel.
Base knock for Vladimir Frias. It's a runner on first and nobody out here in the bottom of the second for the Barnstormers, who they've just been doing a good job of barreling up some balls from Dennis O'Grady so far. Now, with a light drizzle coming down, as you can see some umbrellas start to pop up around the stands, and some fans have headed back to the concourse where you can still see the game but be protected from the drizzle. Noel up at the plate, and the first pitch on the way from O'Grady. Slider misses low and outside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Noel's 0 for 1 today, grounded out to third base on a nice diving play made by Ruben Gotzai back in the first. Now O'Grady, peek over at first base. Frias 7 stolen bases this year. The pitch. This is inside a fastball. Got now 2 balls and no strikes. Noel has a lot of speed, very tough to double up. 15 stolen bases in 19 games played so far this year, to give you an idea. He had those 3 last night. Pitch swing, a ground ball hit to third, past Ruben Gotzai and down the left field line for extra bases. That'll rattle around in the Ducks bullpen, getting the wave around third. Coming home is Frias. Here comes the relay throw from Dan Lyons, and he is out. Vladimir Frias trying to come around and score from first on the double from Rico Noel. Thrown out coming home. Lou Ford to Dan Lyons to Alex Berg. And Noel moves down to third on the play. So for those keeping score at home, that's 7-6-2 on the putout for the first out here in the inning. Score stays 4-0 Lancaster, but the very speedy Noel at third base should be able to score from the outfield on a fly ball of even just medium depth. As Blake Galen comes up to the plate, he hit one all the way out onto the catwalk in right center field. It goes from the picnic area that's out in right to behind the batter's eye in center. O'Grady set at the belt. The first pitch as the Ducks bring the infield in the outside corner for a called strike. The count 0-1. The home run for Galen was his 6th of the season. Career high with Lancaster was 18. The lefty waits the pitch. This is high and outside. It's now 1-1. Fastball there from O'Grady, couldn't catch the strike zone. So the rain not coming down very hard, but just very light and kind of that annoying drizzle that you could tolerate, but you don't want to. As the pitch misses low to Galen. It's now 2-1. But enough that we can keep on playing through and everything's nice and safe. And the good news is it's not expected to last for too long. Pitch on the way, misses low. The count now 3-1. Brady having a hard time finding the strike zone. In fact, by 8 o'clock, it drops all the way down to just a 35% chance of rain. Just a passing shower. If this was anything more, perhaps we'd be having a different conversation. Runner on third, 1 out here in the bottom of the second, 4-0 Lancaster. Here's the 3-1 to Blake Galen. Swing a line drive into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Valent Lentini up with it. He'll throw it back to the middle of the diamonds. As Noel comes home to score on an RBI single from Blake Galen. And it's now 5-0 Lancaster. And again, with no action, it appears, going on in the Ducks bullpen right now. You've got to wonder, how long is this leash going to be with Dennis O'Grady? He doesn't start to turn around his outing in the next couple batters or so. First pitch on the way, and Gindel is driven high in the air and deep to right center. Back goes Delta Cleary Jr. He'll have room on the warning track in center field. And he makes the catch for out number 2 here in the inning.
First baseman K.C. Hobson.
So I bring up K.C. Hobson as Caleb Gindel gave it a ride to deep center field, but the ballpark was able to hold it. Hobson up at the plate, hit a home run his first time up. One that hit the roof of the picnic area out in right field. This is 14th of the season. RBI is number 47 and 48 on the blast as well. First pitch on the way, misses low from O'Grady, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Dennis O'Grady works from the first base side of the rubber, out of the stretch exclusively. A man on first. The pitch. This is low, and the count now 2 balls and no strikes. O'Grady was a reliever for most of his time in the minor leagues with the San Diego Padres organization. Started a little bit in 2011, and then again a little bit more in 2015. But outside of that, he was largely used as a reliever for a majority of the career. Pitch hit off the end of the bat and foul, wide of third base bag, where Ross Peoples reached down to grab it. Flip it into the stands for a fan. Count now 2-1. In fact, O'Grady at one point led the Fort Wayne Tin Caps with 10 saves in a season. Back in 2012, second full year. Now the pitch. Just missed outside. The count now 3-1 to Hobson. Right there, home plate umpire tonight, John Harrington. Macha is the third base umpire. He was at home last night. Nate Caldwell has the calls over first. Here's the 3-1 from O'Grady. Breaking ball, miss low for ball 4. Galen will head on down to second base as Casey Hobson draws a walk with 2 outs to put runners on first and second. I'll bring up Sean Halton. Himself a double and a run scored his first time up back in the first. Rain's starting to dissipate some, coming down lighter and lighter here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. So Grady comes set, and the first pitch to Halton. Misses upstairs to the shoulders, the count 1-0. Halton, a former big leaguer, back in 2013. Played with the Milwaukee Brewers for a cup of coffee. Now Grady set a look back at second in the pitch. Swing a foul ball back to the screen behind home plate. Count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Barnstormers, 5 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The Long Island Ducks, no runs on 2 hits and no errors. Bottom of the second inning, 7 hits already for Lancaster. 2 gone. O'Grady drops his hands to the belt, now the pitch. Swing a ground ball foul wide of third base, and it caroms off the front of the Ducks dugout and up into the stands on that third base line. Count now 1-2 to Sean Halton. Fulton keeps the inning alive. Lasting's Millage is on deck for Lancaster. Grady set, now the pitch. That is on the outside corner. Strike 3 called to the slider. Fulton thought it was outside, might have had an argument, but he goes down. Second strikeout for O'Grady on the game, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base in the second. It's 5-0 Lancaster as we head to the third. You're listening to Long Island Ducks baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Delta Cleary Jr. will lead things off for the Ducks here in this top of the third. New York Sports Day is one of the largest independent New York sports news sources out there. For coverage of the Long Island Ducks, Mets, Yankees, Major and Minor League Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and soccer, visit nysportsaid.com. New York Sports Day, your independent Gotham sports news source. First pitch on the way, misses high and outside for Rami Lewis. The count 1 ball and no strikes to Delta Cleary Jr. It'll be Cleary, followed by Dan Lyons and Phelan Lentini, 8, 9, and 1 in the Ducks lineup. Pitch. That's in for a called strike at the knees. Count now even up at a ball and a strike. Delta 2 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. Riding hits in his last 2 games. As the pitch is swung on and fouled off on the right field line. That'll get out of play. Count now 1-2. Took the middle game of the 3-game set off with the Somerset Patriots. Hits in 3 straight as he drives one in the air out towards left field. Millage has a bait on it. Backing up, he makes the catch, and that's out number 1 here in the 3rd.
Batting ninth, the shortstop.
So Delta Cleary Jr. goes down to lead off the inning. 4 pitches for Lewis. Took him just 25 pitches to get through the first 2 innings for Long Island, or rather, for Lancaster. Ducks need to try and make him work a little bit harder here, especially after the 9-pitch inning in the second. That was helped out by a inning-ending double play. First pitch on the way, misses outside to Lyons. The count 1 ball and no strikes. What was once rain and a light drizzle is now more of a fine mist across the field as the 1-0 misses outside. It's now 2-0 to Lyons, but still coming down. Still some fans with their umbrellas out. Though some have opted to return down to their seats. Pitch to Lyons. Outside corner called strike. The count now 2-1. Lights are on here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Need it now with the sun hiding behind the rain clouds. And the pitch from Lewis. This is low and inside. The count now of 3 balls and 1 strike to Dan Lyons. It's 83 degrees and humid at first pitch, which came in at 6:40 p.m. here on the East Coast. Now the pitch. That one is on the inside corner for a called strike. It's now 3-2 to Lyons. Not a pitch that he wanted there, so he just let it go by on 3-1. Now the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball hit to third base, and that one will roll foul. Touched up and foul round by the third baseman, Sean Halton, and hoisted into the stands. So Lyons will get the bat back from the Lancaster bat boy. Dig back into the right-handed batter's box, and we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Dan Lyons. Phelan Lentini awaiting his turn on deck. Lyons with the average up to 255 on the season. Now the pitch. And misses high for ball 4. So Lyons draws a 1-out walk here in the 3rd inning, and that'll bring up Phelan Lentini. Lentini is 0 for 1 with a ground out to shortstop his first time up. Lewis now working with the man on base back into the stretch. He's had at least 1 man on in each of the first 3 innings now. So by the way, that's another Ducks walk brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. First pitch to Lentini is in for a called strike. The count 0-1. With over 15 City MD locations across Long Island, need a doctor? Just walk in. Lewis comes set from the third base side of the rubber. Now the 0-1 pitch. Lentini swings and misses. The count 0-2. So Lewis, 1 out and a man on first. Ahead in the count, 0-2 to Lentini. Comes set, now the pitch. Swing a fly ball lifted in the air to center field and playable for Noel. Back a couple steps, now circling back in. He makes the catch for out number 2 in the inning.
Now batting the second baseman, Elmer Reyes.
Gonna bring up Elmer Reyes. 2 gone here in the top of the 3rd inning. Reyes grounded out to second base his first time up. And a bouncing ball up the middle that Garrett Weber ranged over to his right to make the play on. Dan Lyons, the runner at first base. The Lancaster Barnstormers owning a 5-0 lead on the Long Island Ducks. First pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball hit to third, bobbled by Halton. He stays with it, but he'll have to put it in his back pocket as Elmer Reyes is aboard at first. And we'll see, but I believe that should be an error against Halton. No, they're going to call that an infield hit. I mean, boy, I know that was a hard hit ball, but it's a routine play that a third baseman should make. So I'm sure Elmer Reyes won't be complaining. So he's aboard with an infield single. Moves Dan Lyons down to second. Brings up the heart of the lineup and Lou Ford. It's the first pitch from Lewis. This is high and outside. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Ford singled to right field his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Now with hits in 5 straight games for Long Island. Are there 4 straight games for Long Island? Starting to get his bearings back about him at the plates. Pitch. Lead swinging a foul ball. And the count now 1-1 as Upton gets back up into his sweet level. And rattles back down behind home plate for a souvenir. And a little girl made a nice grab on it and promptly has the ball yanked out of her hands by her older sister. Funny how older sisters have a way of doing that. Rami Lewis comes set, takes a look back at second base. Now the pitch. And this is low. The count 2 balls and a strike to Ford. Top 3, it's Lancaster 5 and Long Island nothing. Home run in the first from Blake Galen and Casey Hobson highlighted a 4-run outburst for the Barnstormers, and then Galen an RBI single in the second. Coming against Dennis O'Grady, who will go out for the third, having thrown 50 pitches in the first 2 frames. Now the pitch to Ford. That one matriculates on the inside corner for a strike. Count now even up at 2-2 to Ford. Angelo Sonko on deck. He'll be next. If Lou Ford can keep the inning alive. 2 gone here in the top of the third. Lewis looks back at second. Rain is stopped. Umbrellas are away. Now the pitch. Swinging a ground ball hit to the left side. On the backhand, it's Frias, and he bobbles it. And everybody's going to be safe.
The designated hitter, Angelo Sonko.
That'll go as an error against Vladimir Frias. His 11th of the season. And it loads the bases for Angelo Sonko. He's got the ability to change the complexion of this game with one swing of the bat. It's Dan Lyons on third, Elmer Reyes at second, Lou Ford at first. And now Scott Patterson, the Lancaster pitching coach, will use a timeout here to go out and talk with his lefty hurler, Rami Lewis. Each team now has used 1 out of their 3 charged timeouts. They're allotted here in the Atlantic League. Meeting broken up by tonight's home plate umpire John Harrington. Patterson heads back to the dugout after the conference on the mounds. It's Sonko at the plate, left-handed power hitter. And as we mentioned several times these last 2 nights, that short porch out in right field, an attractive target for Sonko. Here's the first pitch. Checked his swing at a ball that missed low and inside. Upon appeal, he did not go around. Count 1 ball and no strikes to Angelo Sonko. It's the Barnstormers 5 and the Ducks nothing. So play here in the top of the third inning. Now Lewis winds and fires the pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul, line of bag at first. It's up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to Angelo Sonko. The Ducks and Barnstormers will meet again tomorrow, right here, 2 p.m. first pitch. Rafael Perez takes the mound for the Ducks against former Duck Jarrett Leverett for the Lancaster Barnstormers. Matchup of a couple of lefties on a Sunday afternoon. Now the 1-1. Foul ball by Sonko, and the count now 1-2. 5-0 Lancaster. The Ducks with 3 hits. The Barnstormers with 7 hits. Stormers committed an error here in this inning. Now Sonko up at the dish, trying to make him pay for it. He's hit .327 against lefties this year. 2 home runs against lefties earlier on this road trip as he swings and foul tips the 1-2 pitch back into the catcher's glove of Anderson De La Rosa. And that is strike 3 here in the inning. This is the first strikeout of the night for Rami Lewis. If that helps retire this side. No runs for the Ducks on 1 hit, 1 error, and they leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 5-0 Lancaster. You're listening to Long Island Ducks baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Phelant Lantini, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Pave your way. Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Hey Ducks fans, the final out of the top of the third inning was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today by calling 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO or visit geico.com. Lastings Millage will lead things off for the Lancaster Barnstormers as we get things going here in the bottom of the third inning. It's the Barnstormers 5 and the Long Island Ducks nothing. Really Millage, Garrett Weber, and Anderson De La Rosa. That's the 6, 7, and 8 batters in the Lancaster lineup. There's a little bit of rain that came through before. It went away, and now it's back. Although nobody's got their umbrellas out, they've all got their floppy hats on. At least the ones who picked that up as Millage swings at the first pitch and drives it to center field, sending Delta Cleary Jr. back. But he has plenty of room to make the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Dennis O'Grady in need of a fast inning here, just to give some length for the Ducks and also to get his head back on right after the rough start to this game. 1 pitch and 1 set aside here in the third. It's a pretty good way to get that started. So here's Garrett Weber, who delivered an RBI double in his first at-bat back in the first inning. And here's the first pitch. Fastball is in at the knees for a called strike at the count 0-1. Many of the fans who ducked for cover earlier in the game have returned back down to their seats, especially along the third baseline. So Grady comes set at the belt. Now the pitch. Swung on and missed by Weber, and the count 0-2. Weber hitting .286 on the season, 5 home runs, 18 runs batted in coming into the game today. So make it 19, including his double back in the first. Here's the pitch. That one's right down Broadway. Not sure what Weber was looking for, but clearly wasn't fastball middle.
Anderson De La Rosa
goes down looking for out number 2 here in the inning, and that's the third strikeout for Dennis O'Grady in the game so far. So perhaps this is the inning that Dennis O'Grady really does need it to be. Certainly would be a sight for sore eyes for Long Island. Now O'Grady start to settle in this game a little bit and maybe give him some length after those laborious first 2 innings. First pitch to Anderson De La Rosa misses high. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the county seat of Lancaster County, known for its proximity to Dutch country here in southeastern Pennsylvania. Pitch is tapped foul on the left side. Now 1-1 to De La Rosa, though it is more south-central Pennsylvania. If you're looking at Pennsylvania, you want to think geographically. It kind of looks like if you take your left hand and you kind of tuck your thumb in and you turn it off to the side. That's Pennsylvania. So the 1-1 misses low and outside. Cat now 2-1. Lancaster is kind of down on your pinky finger and in towards the joint with your hand. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off by De La Rosa. It's down 2-2. I have to admit, that is a terrible analogy. But it's one of those ones where once you're committed to it, you just got to see it through to the end. And I realized it the entire way through. It's not like Michigan, where you can just kind of look at the palm of your hand and point and say, that's where I'm from. Just what they do up there. It's a little bit more abstract when you're talking about Pennsylvania in terms of your hand, as De La Rosa swings over the top of the 2-2 pitch for strike number 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Dennis O'Grady, and he sets down the Barnstormers 1-2-3. That means that's another PSEG energy efficient inning. With energy efficiency programs from PSEG Long Island, saving your electric bill is also as easy as 1, 2, 3. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. One more way, PSEG Long Island is making things work for you. 5-0 Lancaster as we head to the top of the 4th. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is infielder Giovanni Alfonso, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
We go to the top of the 4th inning. The score 5-0 in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers over the Long Island Ducks. Joe Vasile here with you from Clipper Magazine Stadium. 2 up for Long Island here in this top of the 4th inning. It'll be the catcher, Alex Berg, followed by Mark Krause, the first baseman, and the third baseman, Ruben Gota. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Ducks. Also in this inning, we will get you your 4th inning trivia question, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball as a whole. While we have a little bit of a delay before the start of the inning, we will ask you that question, and it appeals to the more baseball as a whole side, because on this day in 1960, Ted Williams, one of the greatest hitters to ever live, if not the greatest hitter to ever live, 41-year-old Ted Williams hit his 500th home run. He became the 4th member of the 500 Home Run Club, who were the first 3 members of the 500 Home Run Club. It is tonight's 4th inning trivia question. It's the first pitch on the way to Alex Berg. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count 1 ball and no strikes to Berg, who's 1 for 1 with an infield single. So we'll let you stew on that one for a minute. Try and figure out who might they be. As Berg swings and drives one high in the air and pretty deep to center field, chasing Noel back. Same with Millage, and it's going to be Noel making the catch out towards left center field for out number 1 in the 4th.
First baseman Mark.
There are many places in this ballpark to hit a home run, and to the left of the batter's eye in center field is not one of the better ones. That's exactly where Alex Berg put that ball. Right field is very short, left field is very expansive here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. That'll bring up Mark Krause. With 1 out, nobody on. 5-0 Lancaster. Krause grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. It's the first pitch on the way from Rami Lewis. There's a fastball right down Broadway. We count 0-1. Well, yeah, when you think about the season that Ted Williams had in 1960, when he hit that 500th home run. Pitch to Krause is swung on and fouled off at home plate, catching Anderson De La Rosa, the catcher. Got now 0-2 to Krause. It's absolutely astounding that a 41-year-old could do this, especially for Williams, who missed roughly 5 seasons because of World War II and then having to go back and serve again in Korea. He played 6 games in 1952 and 37 in 53 after coming back from the war. As the 0-2 to Krause misses upstairs, the count now 1-2. But Williams, as a 41-year-old in 1960, turned 42 that year in August. Hit .316 with 29 home runs. As the pitch misses low and outside to Krause, it's now 2-2. One of the single greatest farewell seasons of all time, right up there with David Ortiz's from last year. He had .316 with a .450 on-base percentage, slugging percentage of .650. Finished 13th in the MVP voting that year. Pitch on the outside corner with the breaking ball. Strike 3 called to Krause. And there's now 2 gone. Second strikeout for Rami Lewis on the night. Second out here in the 4th inning. That'll bring up Ruben Gotay. But perhaps even more incredibly for Williams is that came on the heels of a 1959 season that was really not very good. He hit just .254 with 10 home runs in 103 games in 59 with the Sox. He was dealing with a lot of injuries that year, and he had contemplated making 1959 his last season before that year came along. So the first pitch to Gotay misses high and outside. Count 1 ball and no strikes. But he decided that he didn't want to go out on a season like that, and he felt like he had still more left in the tank. So the 1-0 to Gotay misses upstairs. It's now 2-0. So Williams came back for 1960 and put up that great season, and of course had that memorable moment where he hit a home run in his last at-bat at Fenway Park. Pitch misses upstairs. It's now 3-0, hitting it off of Jay Fisher. And the interesting thing with that home run for Ted Williams is that it wasn't the first time that he had hit a home run at a point where people thought this might be his last at-bat in Major League Baseball. 3-0 in for a strike at the knees to Gotay. Count now 3-1. It was back when he was about to go out to Korea and be deployed in 1952 as Gotay fouls the 3-1 pitch back to the backstop. Count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Williams hit his one and only home run of the 1952 season in what was his last at-bat of that 52 season. People thought that that was going to be it. Got a big standing ovation as a result, and of course came back and had several great years as Gotay fouls the 3-2 pitch off, looking for a play to first baseman Hobson, and he makes the catch in foul territory, and that will retire the side. We'll talk more about Ted Williams and him joining the 500 home run club on this day in history in 1960 right after this. It's 5-0 Lancaster. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher David Artsma, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owls party deck has not been reserved, The beer garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Well, we go to the bottom of the fourth. The Lancaster Barnstormers lead the Long Island Ducks 5-0. Joe Basile here with you on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, we will answer tonight's fourth inning trivia question, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball as a whole. Refresher on the question: on this day in 1960, Ted Williams of the Boston Red Sox hit his 500th home run, becoming the fourth major leaguer to hit 500 home runs. Who were the first three members of the 500 home run club? As the first pitch to Vladimir Frias, set on the ground to second base, picked by Elmer Reyes and thrown on to first in time to retire Frias. First out of the inning, I'll bring up Rico Noel. So with one out, let's get you the answer. The first one should be obvious. That was Babe Ruth. 714 home runs. It is 500th home run on August 11th, 1929. Now the other two are going to be a little bit tougher. The second member of the 500 home run club was Jimmy Fox, old Double X, who was one of Williams' teammates with Boston when Williams first came up in the 1930s. As the pitch from Noel is driven high in the air, deep to left, going back forward, sticking the glove up on the run, he makes the catch. What a play by Lou Ford, going back on that drive from Rico Noel, and he makes the catch on it for out number two. So you got Babe Ruth in 1929, Jimmy Fox in 1940. Fox ended up with 534 career home runs. And then there was Mel Ott, who spent his entire career with the New York Giants. Hit his 500th home run on August 1st, 1945. And Ott finished with 511 home runs, which at the time was the third most ever, and it would be another 15 years before Williams joined the 500 homer club. First pitch to Blake Galen is a called strike, at the count 0-1. Talking the last half inning about Williams, that feats, and that great season he had in 1960, and some other things as the pitch comes up and hits off the dirt and then hits home plate umpire John Harrington in the hands. Even at 1-1. But Williams had set the stage by hitting a home run in his last at-bat in 1952, then went off to Korea and nearly didn't come back. When Williams was off fighting in the Korean War as a naval airman, his plane was nearly shot down. He lost all control of it, but was able to, through the strength of his arms and his hands and his wrists, which had been developed from all the baseball playing throughout the years, he was able to steer the plane down to safety and engineer a crash landing out in the South Pacific. A very scary moment for Williams in that, and that was kind of at his own doing, really, at his own behest. First pitch on the way, the 1-1 to Galen, misses low and inside. First pitch after the delay from John Harrington, getting hit in the hand with the ball. But the reason is Williams, after he didn't play from 1943 to 1945, missing 3 full seasons during World War II, he never actually saw any action during World War II. Pitch to Galen, a strike on the outside corner. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he left the Marines and signed a waiver, basically, to stay on with the Marines. And he could get called to action, but it was with the understanding that he wouldn't be drafted should we get into another conflict. 2-2 to Galen is down in the dirt. Count now 3-2. And lo and behold, he gets drafted to go off to Korea in 1951. And throughout that 51 season, he fought and got a deferment because basically Williams was the sole person who was taking care of his mother. Pitch is driven in the air to right field, but right at Phelan Lentini, who makes the catch for out number 3 here in the inning. Williams is able to get out of going to war for 1 year, but then went off for about 18 months. And the rest is history. We'll talk more about that on the other side of this break. It's 5-0 Lancaster as we head to the 5th. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Fans, you can chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company coffee. It's gourmet iced coffee that you can get available at concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes in the Hamptons when the Ducks are not at home, and again at the concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark when they are. Ducks will be back home Monday, June 19th, taking on the Somerset Patriots, 6:35 p.m. start. Health Night presented by Northbell Health with commemorative purple t-shirts for the first 3,000 fans in attendance. First pitch on the way to Delta. Cleary Jr. misses upstairs. The count 1-0, no strikes. It's Cleary, Dan Lyons, and Phelan Lentini, 8-9-1 in the Duck lineup, due up here against Rami Lewis on the pitch. That one's in for a called strike. The count even at 1-1. 5-0 the score in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. Talking a little bit about Ted Williams tonight. About some of his goings-on in the 1950s as Cleary Jr. tags one in the air to right center field, but play ball for Gindel cutting over, and he makes the catch. That's out number 1 here in the inning.
Shortstop Dan.
I'll bring up Dan Lyons. Lyons has no official at-bats today. Drew a walk his first time up. But to talk about Williams, obviously he's a great baseball player. You got to talk about some of his faults, and those came out in the 1950s too. Because you see, in 1955, Ted Williams only played in 98 games for the Red Sox. Part of that had to do with injuries. His first pitch to Lyons misses low for a ball, the count 1-0. But a lot of that had to do with the part where he was getting a divorce from his first wife, his first of 3. As the 1-0 is in for his strike, the count now even up at 1-1. And basically, the Boston Red Sox were not a very good team in the 50s. Those great teams of Dom DiMaggio and Ted Williams in the late 40s and early 50s were long gone by this point. As the pitch misses outside, it's now 2-1. But Williams was going through a divorce from his first wife, Doris, and sat out the first 2 months of the season, essentially. As the 2-1 misses high, and the count now 3-1. Because basically his play was that he was going to retire from baseball so that his wife, or his soon-to-be estranged wife, couldn't put in a claim on the rest of his earnings from his baseball careers. Lyons taps one back to the mound, picked up by Lewis, throw low to first base, but a nice pick by Casey Hobson. It's out number 2 here in the inning on the nice play from pitcher to first baseman. I bring up Phelan Lentini with 2 outs here in the 5th. 5-0 the score in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. So yeah, the Red Sox basically just let him do it, which was surprising, and I don't necessarily think that would be something that a team could get away with anymore. But even so, in an abbreviated season, hit .356 in 98 games and 28 home runs. And they've gone back and, done some of the math on Williams. So the first pitch misses high and outside to Lentini to count 1 ball and no strikes. Basically, if he didn't have to miss any time for World War II, so losing 3 seasons in his prime, he didn't have to lose any time in Korea, basically 2 seasons in his late prime. As the 1-0 to Lentini misses, it's now 2-0. He said he would have finished with over 600 career home runs, maybe even made a run at 7. This pitch to Lentini is lined into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Of course, finished with 521. So the Ducks pick up their 4th hit of the ball game. 2-out base runner for Elmer Reyes coming up to the plate. Really a truly incredible career. Also would have gotten to 3,000 hits. He finished with 2,654, 525 doubles, and 71 triples. I don't think Ted Williams is a guy who could run, but earlier in his career, he would lug him out, and then later on was kind of when that went by the wayside. Lewis comes set. Here's the first pitch to Elmer Reyes. Swinging a ground ball foul wide of the bag at 3rd. Count 0-1. But if you were to ask Williams, reportedly, obviously he's been passed for quite some time, he was more proud, not necessarily of the 406 that he hit in 1941, which of course is basically what people think of as the crowning achievement of his career, but he was more proud of his 1957 season than perhaps any other. As the pitch to Reyes is fouled back to the screen behind home plate, the count now 0-2. It is one of the greatest seasons by a player over the age of 35 ever put together. And that includes Barry Bonds hitting 73 home runs while steroided up in the early 2000s past the age of 35. But Ted Williams in 57 as a 38-year-old hit 388 and 38 home runs. Second highest home run total of his career. At age 38, hit 388. Nobody has hit that high since. Is it named George Brett? Count 0-2. Here to Elmer Reyes. Lewis set at the belt, and now the pitch. Late swinging a foul ball by Reyes. We'll do it again at 0-2. If Williams is a little bit younger, a little bit lighter, and ran a little bit better, that 388 average in 57 might very well have been 400 if he could have legged out about half a dozen more infield hits than he did. 163 hits that year. Just an incredible hitter and a great philanthropist, which is a thing I feel kind of gets lost in his legacy as well. Pitch to Reyes, swinging a foul ball off the catcher's gear and then back to the screen. We'll do it again at 0-2. Williams did a lot of charity work throughout his career and long after, notably with the Jimmy Fund up in Boston, a children's cancer charity. But also, he basically had a standing agreement with a hospital in Boston. If there was a kid who was sick, let me know, and I will go over there, and I'll visit with him for a few hours and talk to him and sign balls and do whatever. Just hang out with the kid and brighten his day. Pitch to Reyes, swinging a foul ball up the third base line. Again at 0-2. 3 straight 2-strike fouls for Elmer Reyes. Throughout his life, he did a lot of work for the kind of the poor and the downtrodden, and that came a lot from his mother, who while he was growing up was a Salvation Army, I don't want to say recruiter, but she would collect money for the Salvation Army and help raise money. He was very active in that in San Diego. 0-2 pitch to Reyes. Swinging a high fly ball lifted in the air to left field, chasing Millage back, but he's got it lined up a few steps in front of the warning track. And Lastings Millage makes the catch for out number 3, the 5th. We'll talk more about that as we return for the bottom of the 5th. It's the Barnstormers 5, the Long Island Ducks nothing. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is Yuri De La Rosa, left-hander pitcher, and you are listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Lancaster Barnstormers 5 and the Long Island Ducks nothing. Caleb Gindel will lead things off for Lancaster here in this bottom of the 5th. He'll be followed by Casey Hobson and Sean Halton. 3, 4, and 5 to up for Lancaster. 2 lefties and a righty against Dennis O'Grady, who's settled in nicely. Retired the last 7 batters to face him. First pitch on the way to Gindel, misses low, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Gindel's 0 for 1 today. He walked and scored a run ahead of a Casey Hobson home run back in first, and then also flew out to center field. Now the pitch. That's in for a called strike. The count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, we were saying in the last half inning about how Williams was a great ambassador for charity that came from his mother. Pitch misses low to Gindel. It's now 2-1. He would go and he would visit these children in the hospital. Some were terminal, some were not. And the writers all knew about it, but Williams explicitly said, as the pitch misses outside, the count now 3-1 to Gindel. Basically told the writers, if you write a word about this and it gets out, I will never go back again. Because the thing that Williams was worried about, and of course because he had kind of that bad boy reputation, being a bristly character, pitch to Gindel is grounded up the middle and into center field for base hits. Caleb Gindel with a leadoff knock here in the 5th inning, and he's going to try for 2. The throw to second, and he is going to be out. Overslid the bag at second, and he is out 9-6. Valent Lentini to Dan Lyons on the tag. 1 gone here in the inning. It goes down as a base hit, and thrown out trying to advance to second. But basically, yeah, Williams had the bristly reputation and didn't want the public to think that he was going and doing all these things to try and make himself look better or look good. He was doing it because he wanted to make a difference. First pitch on the way to Casey Hobson is in for a called strike. Counting up to 1. I think that's a very admirable thing to do. And you can debate the merit of maybe wanting to be public about it, but just doing it is the important thing. As the pitch to Hobson is driven out to deep right center, and that one is gone. Second home run of the game for Casey Hobson. And it's 6-1 to nothing, Lancaster.
It's another K.C. Hobson Barnstormers home run brought to you by Strasburg Railroad.
15 home runs on the season now for Hobson. Atlantic League leader in long balls.
Now batting for the Barnstormers, the third.
I'll bring up Sean Halton. Halton doubled and scored back in the first. Took a called third strike his last time up in the second. And he's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Full box score for the Barnstormers. Now 2 home runs for Casey Hobson. First pitch on the way, misses low to Halton. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Basically, Williams, for the rest of his life, was involved in one of the biggest kind of public faces as Halton cranks one deep and foul down the left field line, hitting off the grassy seating berm. Down for a souvenir. Count will be 1-1. He was a big public face and ambassador for the Jimmy Fund up in Boston. And at one point, many years later, reuniting with the real Jimmy, the original kid. 1-1 pitch misses low. The count now 2-1. And of course, later on in life, there was the whole controversy, the cryogenic freezing in his son, and a whole other ball of yarn. That's for another day. One of the most complete hitters of all time was Williams. Pitch miss, rather the 2-1 pitch to Halton misses inside. It's now 3-1. Maybe you're going to do a Mount Rushmore of hitters has become a common thing, I suppose, on different forms of radio talk shows throughout the years. As the 3-1 is in for a strike. The count now 3-2. Or even now SportsCenter. It used to be a highlight show. But I guess I'm just an old man complaining that things were better back in my day. But if you're going to put together a Mount Rushmore of hitters, he's at the head of the class. Halton driven in the air out towards left center field. Ford and Cleary converging. It'll be Delta Cleary Jr. making the catch on the drive from Halton. That's out number 2 here in the inning.
Lastings Millage.
Throw me the ball and watch what I do with it.
I'll bring up Lastings Millage with 2 outs and the bags empty here in the 5th. Millage is 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out today against O'Grady. So Dennis O'Grady, after throwing 31 pitches in the first inning, 1 out away from completing 5 and really settled in nicely, but still finds the Ducks behind 6-0. 3 home runs hit by the Barnstormers tonight. They now have 54 as a team. First pitch on the way to Millage. He is in for a called strike. Count is 0-1. But one of the things about Williams, I'm talking a lot about his late career, one of the things about his early career that people don't realize is that he is basically the one responsible for the unique dimensions in right field at Fenway Park. The pitch to Millage is swung on and missed. It's now 0-2. You know how they've got the bullpens out in right center field where they are at that short wall? And there's that back wall behind the bullpens. The bullpens didn't used to be there. That wall was built for Williams' second season. It came up in 1939. It was built for the 1940 season. To make it shorter. As the pitch is hit in the air to center field, tailing away from Delta Cleary Jr., and that'll roll all the way to the wall and played by him out in center. Millage rounds second and thinks about third, but he'll hold up there. It's a 2-out double for Lastings Millage, and the Barnstormers not done yet. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Baseman Garrett Weber.
8th double of the year for Millage. So that'll bring up Garrett Weber. And basically, everyone knows, that right field corner. It's 302 feet as Pesky's pole. Really, it should be Williams's, because Johnny Pesky wrapped a couple around it. Doesn't mean that it wasn't put in, because Williams was complaining about how deep right field was. As a left-handed power hitter, he was just going ball after ball after ball that should have been home runs in his mind and in many people's minds. They were going for outs or, heaven forbid, doubles. As the first pitch to Weber is tap foul at home plate to count 0-1. So he quite literally left his mark on Fenway Park. Not to mention the red seat that's out in right field, where he once hit a home run well over 500 feet. On a pitch. It's in for a strike. The count now 0-2 to Weber. Runner on second base, Lastings Millich. He doubled with 2 outs. 6-0 to score in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss by Weber, and O'Grady collects his 5th strikeout of the night. 1 run for the Barnstormers on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left on base here in inning number 5. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network. It's 6-0 in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tim Melville, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. The Ducks hit 100 home runs this season. Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. We go to the top of the 6th inning. The score is 6-0 in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. Dennis O'Grady has allowed 3 home runs tonight, including 2 to Casey Hobson. But the Ducks will try and start to come back against Rami Lewis. Facing him now for the 3rd time will be Lou Ford, Angelo Sanko, and Alex Berg. 3, 4, and 5 in the Ducks lineup against the lefty for the Lancaster Barnstormers. Rami Lewis kicks and deals the first pitch. Fastball in the inside corner for a called strike to Ford, and the count 0-1. Ford is 1 for 2 today, though he's reached base both times. Reached on an error in the 3rd and had a single back in the 1st. The pitch misses outside. The count now even up at 1-1. Ford with the base hit back in the 1st, now hits in 4 straight games for the Ducks. Now the pitch, swinging a ground ball hit to the left side of the infield, picked there by Halton. He fires across the diamond to first. That's in time to get Ford 5-3 for out number 1 here in the 6th inning. I'll bring up Angelo Sanko. Sanko's 0 for 2. Ground out to first base and a strikeout. One of just 2 strikeouts for Rami Lewis today. Came in averaging about a strikeout per inning. 45 strikeouts and 45 into 3rd innings entering play tonight. But he's done a good job of getting outs early in counts. So 82 pitches so far. Only just one inning where he had to labor. That was in the third. He was able to strand the bases loaded. And even that required an error and a bobbled ball that went for an infield hit. First pitch to Sunko, misses for a ball. The count 1-0. There was a little bit of rain that moved through earlier in the game, but a small cell didn't stop play. The pitch misses low to Sunko. Count now 2 balls and no strikes. Barnstormers with the shift on. 3 infielders. To the right of the second base bag, the shortstop Frias now shifting in that direction. Had been standing directly behind the bag and then took a step off to his left. Pitch on the way to Sunko. He swings and fouls it back over our heads in the press box. Back out of the suite level. Count now 2-1. Was humid earlier in the night, but the rain came through and broke up some of the humidity. Now it's just absolutely comfortable. Pitch from Lewis. Sunko swings and misses on a mighty cut, and the count now 2-2. Lewis goes into the wind, and now with a 2-2 pitch. Swing a line drive hit up the middle and into center field for base hits. Angelo Sunko comes through with a single into center field. The Ducks have a 1-out base runner here in the top of the 6th inning.
Your Schwinger brothers K-Man of the game.
And that'll bring up Alex Bird. He's the K-Man tonight, so be prepared to hear smoothie chants being piped through over the PA. Sorry, slushy, not smoothie. Close enough. It's never really much for slushies. I mean, look, if you're going to get a slushie, get a smoothie or get a milkshake. Better than that. Why even pretend you're doing anything healthy? So the pitch is hit on the ground to the left side of the infield. Diving stop by Frias. The throw to second, and that is in time to retire Sunko. What a great play by Vlad Frias, diving into the hole at shortstop and then throwing out Angelo Sunko from his knees.
Now batting the first baseman, Mark Krause.
Berg reaches on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Mark Krause. But now 2 gone here in the inning, and Berg at first base for Mark Krause. Hit a solo home run last night in the 8th inning, making him his 6th on the season. Wind had been blowing out towards center field earlier in the game. Now it's a bit more Zephyrian, just gently rustling the American flag and the giant oversized flagpole in center field. First pitch on the way to Krause. This is low and outside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Flagpole's got more girth than I think I've ever seen a flagpole have. It's just very wide. Pitch from Lewis. Foul ball at home plate. Krause hit too much on the top half of the baseball. The count even up at 1-1. 2 gone here in the top of inning number 6. The Barnstormers lead the Long Island Ducks by a 6-0 score. Got that way with 4 runs in the first inning, another run in the second, and another run in the bottom of the 5th. With Dennis O'Grady having thrown just 76 pitches, and it doesn't look like there's been any action out in the Ducks bullpen, though it is a little bit hard to tell. I think that O'Grady might be coming out to start the 6th inning. At least to start it, if not finish it. Now Lewis winds and fires the pitch. Missed upstairs, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike to Krause. Krause has been red hot. His last 11 games, he's hitting .488 with 4 doubles, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, 9 runs, and 7 walks. He's reached base in all 11. Lewis comes set. Now the pitch. So pop up back behind home plate. That'll get out of play. Count out even up at 2-2. Kraus has not reached safely in the first 2 trips today. A 4-6 fielder's choice and then struck out, taking a called third strike back in the 4th. .274 batter on the season entering play today. Ruben Gotay on deck, awaiting his turn next. Should Kraus keep the inning going? Lewis set below the belts. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Kraus strikes out. He eschews the bat aside. His ball was in the dirt. De La Rosa went to go pick it up. And he throws out Kraus, advancing up the first base line for out number 3. Third strikeout of the inning. Or rather, third strikeout of the game for Rami Lewis, and the third out of the inning for the Ducks in the 6th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. And leave 1 man on base. Bottom of the 6th. It's 6-0 Lancaster. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is infielder Mark Krause, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolat patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Attention baseball fans, this summer the Atlantic League will play its 20th All-Star game at TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater, New Jersey on Wednesday, July 12th. Join the Long Island Ducks All-Stars, enjoy a perfect summer night at the ballpark, and catch the league's brightest stars compete in a home run derby and a Midsummer Classic. There'll be a Revolutionary War theme, giveaways, collectibles, your favorite ballpark food, and a post-game fireworks show that'll light up the sky with all the fun, brought to you by Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health, and Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. Get your tickets today at SomersetPatriots.com. Well, it will be Dennis O'Grady starting the bottom of the 6th inning for the Long Island Ducks. He'll face 8-9-1 the Barnstormer lineup: Anderson De La Rosa, Vladimir Frias, and Rico Noel. As for O'Grady, after really a rough start to this game, just getting through 6 innings would be absolutely huge. First pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses low, and the count 1-0 strikes. For De La Rosa, he's 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. As there's just action starting now in the Ducks bullpen. Looks like Yuri De La Rosa starting to throw. As the slider misses low and outside, the count now 2-0 to De La Rosa. Six to nothing, the score in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. 3 home runs they've hit tonight. As the pitch is in for a strike to De La Rosa, it's now 2-1. There was some wind blowing out earlier in the game that has died down almost completely. Same as when the rain came through. It was very light and it didn't last very long, maybe about 3 full half innings of some light drizzle. Now O'Grady's set, the 2-1 to De La Rosa. Swing a line drive, hit high in the air and deep to right field. Going back, Lentini to the warning track at the wall. He leaps. He can't make the play as it hits off the wall, and Karam's back towards the infield. And heading in his second base, standing with a leadoff double, is the catcher, Anderson De La Rosa. That's a ball that is a double, basically only here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, with that short porch in right field. If we're at home at Bethpage Ballpark, Phelan Lentini catches that ball easily. But having to contend with that short porch in that wall, Lentini had trouble with it. Ended up hitting off the wall and having not played it well, rolled back into the infield. Bring up Vladimir Frias. Switch hitting shortstop, batting from the left-hand side against the righty O'Grady. He's 1 for 2 today. Singled and was thrown out trying to score on a Rico Noel double. Was back in the second inning and also was grounded out to second base. O'Grady drops the hands to the belt, the first pitch. That one misses low and outside to Frias, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Frias hitting .275 on the season. Raised that a little bit here with his 1 for 2. Now the pitch. It's low, and the count now 2 balls and no strikes. De La Rosa, the catcher at second base. We've seen not the greatest wheels out there, but no slouch on the base paths. He can run for a catcher. Always have to add that distinction in. And the pitch now to Frias is fouled off on the left side. Gets well out of play, and the count 2-1. Very pretty night skies tonight. Lots of red out in the distance where the sun is going down. Mostly obstructed by clouds. Cloudy night here in south central PA. Up 2-1 to Frias. This is low. The count now 3-1. Lancaster is kind of situated maybe 25 to 30 minutes to the southeast of the state capital in Harrisburg. Now the pitch from O'Grady. That misses low for ball 4. So Dennis O'Grady has issued what is now his 3rd walk of the night, but his first since the second inning. It's runners on first and second with nobody out in the top of the lineup coming up for Lancaster. De La Rosa warming. See how much longer the leash is for O'Grady. Of course, we were saying that back in the first inning, too. But he's still here. Noel comes up, a tough runner to double up. Got just a ton of speed. Double, and a run scored back in the second inning. He's 1 for 3. Now the first pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball and a good one from Dennis O'Grady, in the count 0-1. As it dropped right on the outside corner. Rico Noel hitting at .314. Former New York Yankee was up for a cup of coffee in September late in the year, a few years back. The pitch. This is low. Count now even up at 1-1. Noel with the Yankees appeared in 15 games but only had 5 at-bats. He's used almost exclusively in a pinch running role. Now the pitch from O'Grady. There's a breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. It's now 1-2. Sorry, he had 2 at-bats in 15 games and scored 5 runs. And 5 stolen bases as well. Went 1 for 2 in his at-bats. Here's the pitch. Check swing and a ball that missed low and out of the strike zone. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And in case you're wondering, who did Rico Noel have that hit off of? Well, answer that for you here in just a second. He wore number 70 for the Yankees. He collected his 1 hit in game 1 of a doubleheader on October 3rd, 2015. Is the 2-2. This is low and outside. And now full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Rico Noel up at the plates. It is hit off of Oliver Drake. Pitch. Swing, foul ball off on the right side. That'll get well out of play. We'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Take a look around the Atlantic League tonight. Full slate of games and a lot of offense in most of them. Bridgeport Bluefish lead the Sugar Land Skeeters 7-4. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning up at the ballpark at Harbor Yard. The game got underway at 6:15, 6:12 p.m. In the bottom of the 6th inning at Regency Furniture Stadium, the New Britain Bees lead the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 8-3 as Noel dumps one into left field for a base hit. Being held up at third base is Anderson De La Rosa, and the bases are loaded with nobody outs. Here in the 6th inning for Lancaster, they lead 6-0 over the Long Island Ducks. I'll bring up Blake Galen. Final game in the Atlantic League tonight, the York Revolution lead the Somerset Patriots 2-0. That game in the bottom of the 6th inning at TD Bank Ballpark. And that'll bring up Kevin Baez out of the dugouts, and that's going to be all for Dennis O'Grady. So O'Grady goes 5 innings plus. To this point has allowed 6 runs on 12 hits as they blast the music here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, and the Ducks will have a new pitcher. We'll take a step aside and tell you all about him next. You're listening to the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Dennis O'Grady, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit pseglyny.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, the new pitcher for the game for the Ducks is the left-hander Yuri De La Rosa, who comes in relieving Dennis O'Grady. On the season, De La Rosa has made 10 appearances and has a 2-1 record with his 6.08 earned run average. 13 in the third innings pitched for De La Rosa, 7 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 18 hits allowed, and a .340 batting average against. Although, again, a lot of that negativity for De La Rosa came in his one start of the season. He made a spot start that did not go according to plan. Blake Galen will be the batter for the Lancaster Barnstormers with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Lancaster 6 and Long Island nothing. Now all Dennis O'Grady can do is sit by and watch as the first pitch on the way to Blake Galen misses low and outside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Anderson De La Rosa, the runner at third. Vladimir Frias is on at second. Rico Noel, the runner at first. They are on in descending order, slowest to fastest. Pitch, swing a pop up in foul territory. Alex Berg removes the masks and gives a glance, but it goes well foul into the stands. And now even up at 1-1. Galen 2 for 3 today, a home run and a single. 2 runs batted in against Dennis O'Grady. And can't close the book on him yet. Responsible for all 3 runners on base. Here's the pitch from De La Rosa. Galen taps it up the first base line. De La Rosa gloves, fields, thinks about going home, and set throws to first, not in time. Infield single for Blake Galen, and another run batted in as De La Rosa comes in to score, as Yuri De La Rosa a little bit hesitant, and it ended up costing him.
Now batting right fielder Caleb Gindel.
That'll bring up Caleb Gindel with the bag still full, and the score now 7-0 in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gindel It's 1 for 2, a single, a walk, and a run scored. First pitch from De La Rosa, misses low and outside, nearly gets away from the catcher Berg. Count 1 ball and no strikes. On deck is Casey Hobson, who has 2 home runs in tonight's ball game. De La Rosa works from the first base side of the rubber. Looking in at Berg for his signs, now comes to the high set and the pitch. Breaking ball lifted in the air down the left field line, and that one is going to be a fair ball, dropping in along the foul line. 1 run is in. Here comes Noel. He scores right behind Frias. It's a 2-run double for Caleb Gindel, and the Barnstormers now lead it 9-0. Things going from bad to worse for the Ducks here in the 6th inning. Here's Caleb Gindel. He just dropped one in, now standing on second base. He's got a pair of hits and a couple of RBIs now in today's game. Going tit for tat with Casey Hobson, who now comes up to the plate. As if this one hasn't been broken open already. Hobson with a chance to put the final nail in the coffin here in the 6th inning already, it feels like anyway. As the first pitch misses low to Hobson, it's 1-0. 2 home runs tonight for Hobson. He now has 15 on the season to lead the Atlantic League. Ducks have just 5 hits in the game. There's still nobody out. De La Rosa comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing a cue shot, hit up the third base line. Gotai Fields tries to tag the runner at third. He's safe, and so is Hobson at first.
Third baseman Sean Halton.
I don't know why Gotai didn't just throw that ball to first base. But Hobson on board with an infield single, and the bases are loaded again with nobody out. 15 hits for the Barnstormers. Unreal. Here's Sean Halton. 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored today. Here's the first pitch on the way. This is outside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. It's Galen on third, Gindel on second, Hobson on first. All of these runners now the responsibility of Yuri De La Rosa. You can close the book on Dennis O'Grady. Pitch runs inside. He hit him. Halton hit right on the shin guard. And that'll bring home a run.
The Barnstormer has just come home, and you two can come home to a beautiful
10-0 Lancaster.
Wilson residence. Now batting left fielder Lastings Millage.
Throw me the ball and watch what I do with it.
Here's Lastings Millage. Still nobody out in this inning. 4 runs home, as that was the first one charged to Yuri De La Rosa. Final line on Dennis O'Grady. He went 5 innings and 3 batters, allowed 12 hits, 9 runs, walked 3 and struck out 5. So here's Lastings Millage. Garrett Weber standing on deck. First pitch. He's on the outside corner at the knees for a strike to count 0-1. For the Ducks, a team that had played so much better on the road than at home this season, that's coming back around here on this road trip. Lost 2 out of 3 to Somerset. Lost last night to Lancaster and trailed 10-0 here in the 6th. The ball is popped up by Millage. Infield fly rule is called as Mark Krause makes the catch.
Second baseman Garrett Weber.
Out number 1 here in the inning. And now with Garrett Weber coming up to the plate, a chance for a double play to put an end to this frame for Lancaster and the Ducks. It's 10-0 Barnstormers. They've taken a commanding lead here in the 6th inning. Weber coming up, the 9th man to bat in the frame. Weber stands tall in the right-handed batter's box, and the first pitch from De La Rosa. Breaking ball, missed inside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Borderline pitch called the ball by home plate umpire John Harrington. It's De La Rosa back at it. Stares in for his signs, and now timeout is called. Runner at third, Caleb Gindel. Runner at second, Casey Hobson. Sean Halton, the runner aboard at first. The pitch. So fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count now even up at 1-1. Well, thank you for spending your Saturday evening here with us on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Joe Vasile with you this evening. Ducks have an afternoon game here tomorrow at Clipper Magazine Stadium, 2 p.m. first pitch. As the ball is fouled off by Weber at the third baseline. Count now 1-2. Be back home Monday, June 19th against the Somerset Patriots. 6:35 p.m. start. Health Night presented by Northwell Health. Can't make it out there. It's 2 for Tuesday on Tuesday against the Patriots. Use the promo code BOGO at checkout at liducks.com. Buy one, get one free tickets. Pitch to Weber, swung on and missed, and that's strike number 3.
Catcher Anderson De La Rosa.
6th strikeout of the night for Ducks pitching, and the first for Yuri De La Rosa. That'll bring up the catcher Anderson De La Rosa for an all De La Rosa matchup. Yuri against Anderson. 2 gone here in the 6th. The score 10-0 in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. There is some action out in the Long Island bullpen. Looks like a righty is mulling about. De La Rosa got this inning going with a double. He later came around to score. First pitch on the way, misses high and outside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. That was against Dennis O'Grady, who pitched to the first 3 batters in this inning. A double, a walk, and a single later. He was out of the game. Yuri De La Rosa has been in since, facing the last 7, including Anderson De La Rosa at the plates. Now the pitch. Foul ball over on the first base side. Count now even up at 1-1. Yuri De La Rosa spent parts of 2013 and 2014 pitching in the major leagues with the Arizona Diamondbacks. His contract purchased by the Houston Astros organization, pitched a little bit in AAA towards the end of last year. Now here's the 1-1. Swing the foul back to the screen. Count 1-2 to Anderson De La Rosa. Both De La Rosas taking a while here in between pitches. Anderson out of Barquisimeto, Venezuela. Yuri from Santiago in the Dominican Republic. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. And Anderson De La Rosa goes down on strikes for outs number 3 in the inning. 2 strikeouts for Yuri De La Rosa. But the Barnstormers scored 4 runs in the inning on more hits than I can count up right now, and they leave the bases loaded. And there were also no errors. We go to the 7th. It's 10-0. Lancaster, you're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tyler Wilson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
We go to the top of the 7th. The score 10-1 in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. Fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. Ruben Gotay will lead things off for the Ducks here in the top of the 7th. And the first pitch misses low. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. A new pitcher in the game for the Barnstormers. Showing who he is in just a second. Just 1-0 to go tie. This is high and outside. The count now 2 balls and no strikes. Go tie in the game is 0 for 2. Hit into a 1-6-3 double play and then fouled out to first base his 2 times up. It's against Rami Lewis, who went the first 6 innings for Lancaster. Did not allow a run on 5 hits. Pitch. That is, boy, a strike. Okay. Count now 2-1. Lewis struck out 3 and issued 1 walk. Long set, now the pitch. Swinging ground ball up the first base line. That'll get foul. Count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, we do have to tell you about the new pitcher in the game for the Barnstormers. It's the right-hander R.J. Hively, Huntington Beach, California, coming into the game. Which his numbers right here in just 1 second. Hively, 20 appearances, 2-0 record, and a 2.82 earned run average. Here's the 2-2 to go time. Swing a foul ball up the first base line. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now catching and batting 8, number 7, Tyler Clark.
We've also got a defensive change in the game as Tyler Clark comes in at catcher. Clark will bat 8th in the Lancaster lineup. This was just announced over the PA. Hively comes to the high set and deals the pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul with the first base line. It's off the end of the Lancaster dugout. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Starting to get a little bit more humid after the humidity had died down some after rain that pushed through. About the 2nd inning and 3rd innings of tonight's game. On the 2-2 to go time. Checked his swing at a ball that missed low and inside. No bother to appeal. The count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 10-0 to score in favor of the Barnstormers as it's now starting to get much darker overhead. Sun is going down here. It's nearly 9 o'clock. Still some sunlight aboard. And here's the pitch to go time. Late swing and a drive out towards left field, chasing Lasting's Millage back, and he makes the catch for out number 1 here in the 7th. So Gotay gives it a ride to the opposite field, but Lasting's Millage was right there to make the catch. That'll bring up Delta Cleary Jr. Delta's been going better lately. He's got the average up to 225 after the 2-hit game yesterday. So he is 0 for 2 in the ball game today. Fly out to left and a fly out to right. Delta's still looking for his first extra base hit. Or rather his second since May. He had one in yesterday's game. A double that finally broke a long streak. First pitch on the way to Cleary Jr. is a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. Count 0-1. Fans cheering for a foul ball being flipped into their direction by the Lancaster bullpen. That was one of Gotay's fouls. Count 0-1 to Delta. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. The count now 0-2. Dan Lyons awaits his turn on deck. He'll be next. It's Delta Cleary Jr., number 8 hitter in the lineup up at the plates. Switch hitter batting from the left-hand side. Hively comes to the high set, now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Slider darting down and out of the strike zone, and Cleary went fishing. It's the 4th strikeout of the game for Lancaster pitching, and that's the 2nd out here in the 7th. 3-pitch strikeout for Hively of Delta Cleary Jr. So that brings up Dan Lyons. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. It's the Lancaster Barnstormers 10 and the Long Island Ducks nothing.
Goldstein, I'm sorry.
As it will not be Lyons batting, Zach Goldstein will pinch hits. And for Goldstein, this is the first time we've seen him in a game since June 7th. It's been nearly 10 whole days. Presumably he'll stay in and play shortstop as the first pitch to Goldstein is in at the knees for a called strike. The count 0-1. So Goldstein is in. I was starting to empty the benches for both teams. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Count now 0-2 to the Merrick, New York native. Product of Southern New Hampshire University. A couple of guys drafted in the MLB draft earlier this week. On the pitch. One misses low and outside. The count 1-2. Goldstein still getting acclimated up to the speed of the game here in the Atlantic League as opposed to Division II college. Well, he was at a very good program. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs, top of the 7th. Hively raises the glove up around the shoulders. Now the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball hit to the left side, charging hard. Frias, gloves, fires to first low, but picked nicely out of the dirt by Hobson. And that's out number 3. Time to get up and stretch. The score is 10-0 in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Angelo Sanko, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. New pitcher in the game for the Ducks. It's Tyler Levine in for the second straight night. Levine threw just 2 pitches in yesterday's game, so he's basically still fresh. Coming in to start inning number 7. It's Lancaster Barnstormers leading the Long Island Ducks 10-0. We thank you for spending part of your Saturday nights here with us on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Lucille here with you in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, a historic town in south central PA. And we have some defensive changes. Caught up on Zach Goldstein, remains in the lineup, plays second base. Elmer Reyes moves over to from second base to shortstop. So it's now Reyes at shorts, and Goldstein at seconds. And of course, Levine on the mound. So he'll go up against Vladimir Frias, Rico Noel, and Blake Galen. 9-1-2 in the Lancaster order. First pitch on the way is in for a called strike on the outside corner, and the count 0-1. Yuri De La Rosa now finished his line. 1 inning pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. And he allowed all 3 inherited runners to come in and score. Pitch to Frias is in for a strike. It's now 0-2. Levine works on the first base side of the mound. Exclusively out of the stretch. Now the pitch. Swing a high fly ball lifted into shallow right field. Back to second baseman Goldstein. Settling underneath it, he makes the catch. That's out number 1 here in the 7th inning. That'll bring up Rico Noel. Noel's had himself a busy day. 2 out of 4 with 2 runs scored, a single and a double. Around a ground out, the fly outs. Barnstormers scored 4 runs in the 6th inning, sending 10 batters to the plate. They scored 4 runs in the 1st inning, sending 8 batters to the plate. 3 home runs today, including 2 off the bat of Casey Hobson. First pitch to Noel, breaking ball in for a strike. It's 0-1. 10-0. Barnstormers on top. They have 15 hits. The Ducks have 5. Lancaster's committed an error. The Ducks have played errorless baseball to this point. Now the pitch. Misses low to Noel. The count even up at 1-1. Tyler Levine making his 10th appearance of the season. He's 2-0 with a 3.79 ERA. This pitch is hit in the air down the right field line. This could be trouble. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Rounding first, heading for second, Noel. Here comes Lentini's throw, not in time. A double down the right field line for Rico Noel.
Designated hitter Blake.
And a runner in scoring position for Blake Galen once again tonight. Galen already 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs, a home run, and 2 runs scored in the ballgame. Ducks just trying to keep things right where they are at 10-0 Lancaster with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning, but the Barnstormers doing what they do best, and that's mash the baseball. Hitting .289 as a team coming into this game and 16 hits today. That's only going to creep them up over .290 when it's all said and done. First pitch to Galen misses high and outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Now Levine sets and deals. The pitch hit in the air to center field. Moving in on it and over towards right center is Delta. Cleary Jr. makes the catch for out number 2 here in the 7th inning.
Right fielder Caleb Gindel.
So that'll bring up Caleb Gindel, the right fielder, who's another guy who's had a big night. Can't say it's very surprising that when Lancaster leads 10-0 that there's been several players that have had big nights in the lineup. Gindel a 2-run double back in the 6th inning. That was against Yuri De La Rosa. He's also walked and scored a run and has a single, 2 out of 3. One out he made was a fly out to center that sent Delta Cleary Jr. back to the warning track. The first pitch misses low and inside. The count 1 ball and no strikes to Gindel. This Barnstormer lineup just top to bottom. They can beat you any which way. The lowest batting average in the lineup is Sam Halton at 237. Outside of that, it's 275. Gindel hits it high in the air and shallow. Left field, actually, in the infield dirt, it'll be Elmer Reyes making the catch to retire the side. So Tyler Levine gives up the 1-out double, but nothing more. No runs, no hits. 1 man left on base. We go to the top of the 8th. The score is 10-0 in favor of Lancaster. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Third pitcher for the game in for Lancaster as we start the top of the 8th inning. It's the right-hander Kevin Munson, who struggled in his outing last night. He allowed a run on 2 hits and walked 2 batters without recording an out in the top of the 9th. Now he comes in with the Barnstormers on top by a 10-0 margin. Hey Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions and so much more? That means scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games. Follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter, twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, players, signings, league activities, and more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. First pitch of the inning is a strike to Phelan Lentini, and the count is 0-1. Munson comes to the high set. Now delivers the pitch hit on the ground, back to the mound. Gloved high by Munson. He'll underhand toss to first. In time to retire Lentini for the first out here in the 8th inning.
Now batting shortstop Elmer Reyes.
So 2 pitches is all it takes for Lentini to go down. That'll bring up Elmer Reyes. Move forward will be next. That's the do up for the Ducks here in the top of the 8th. Again, trailing 10-0 to the Lancaster Barnstormers. Lancaster, 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th. Set, holds the glove tight to the body, and the pitch. Runs in at the letters for a called strike. The count's 0-1 to Elmer. Today, June 17th, an important day in sports history. One that has shaped the sports landscape for years since. As the 0-1 is swung on and missed by Reyes. Count now 0-2. Today is the 41st anniversary of the official announcement of the NBA-ABA merger. These two competing professional basketball leagues became one. As the 0-2 pitch misses up high. Count now 1-2. 4 teams from the ABA ended up transferring over to the NBA, including the New York Nets, who later became the New Jersey Nets and are now the Brooklyn Nets. As Reyes swings and grounds one over the bag at third base, past the diving Halton and down the left field line. He rounds first and heads for second as the ball's dug out of the corner by Millage. Play back into the infield, and Reyes stands aboard at second with a one-out double. The 4 teams that transferred, the New York Nets, first champion, along with the San Antonio Spurs, the Indiana Pacers, and the Denver Nuggets. Well, that NBA-ABA merger is important really for several reasons. One, it created a much more legitimate league in the NBA that then set the stage, as this happened in 1976, set the stage for the NBA to absolutely explode in popularity in the 1980s. As the first pitch to Lou Ford is in for a called strike. Counts 0-1. But it also gives us the opportunity to talk about the greatest deal in the history of deal making ever. Munson comes to the high set. A look back at Reyes. Now the pitch to Ford. Swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2. And that deal brokered by 2 brothers, Ozzie and Daniel Silna, the owners of the Spirits of St. Louis, a franchise in the ABA who did not get selected to become part of the NBA. And there's an interesting backstory to this deal. As Ford drives one into right field, that'll get down for a base hit. Ball's bobbled by Caleb Gindel, but Elmer Reyes will be held at third nonetheless. 2-strike single for Ford puts runners on the corners. 10-0 the score in favor of Lancaster. They'll bring up Angelo Sanko. But the Silna brothers, they were independently wealthy as pioneers in the manufacture of polyester. So as you could imagine, in the 1970s, they were raking in the cash. And in 1974, they decided that they wanted to own an NBA team. And they tried to buy the Detroit Pistons, but were not able to. So instead, they bought the Carolina Cougars of the ABA and moved them to St. Louis for a reason. First pitch to Angelo Sanko is swung on and missed. Ball gets away from the catcher, Tyler Clark. No advance will be tried by either Ford at first or Reyes at third. Count 0-1 to Sanko. So they moved the Carolina Cougars to St. Louis because they knew that an NBA-ABA merger was coming. And they felt that if they had a team in St. Louis, which was the largest market that didn't have a professional basketball team, that they would have a better chance of having that team transfer over to the NBA when the merger came. Pitch on the way, misses outside to Sanko, and the count even up at 1-1. And they were probably right in that, except for one thing. First year, the Spirits of St. Louis, named after the plane that Charles Lindbergh flew across the Atlantic. They were very successful, but then fan enthusiasm and attendance and revenue all went down in year number 2. So the 1-1 misses low, the count now 2-1. And they had some pretty big names on that team. Most notably, Maurice Lucas, an NBA All-Star, and Don Chaney go on to play for the Celtics as Sanko swings and misses at the 2-1. It's now 2-2. Bob Costas was their broadcaster. And they had a guy by the name of Moses Malone, NBA Hall of Famer, playing for them as well. But after a couple of years, the 1976 season, they were planning on moving the Spirits of St. Louis to Utah to become the Utah Rockies. And then they were going to sell that team, buy another team, and move it to Buffalo as the pitch is ripped foul down the right field line. Sanko nearly made a bid for a home run, but came up just a bit out in front of it. Do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. going to buy the Kentucky Colonels, who are another talented team in the ABA that didn't get transferred over to the NBA, moving to Buffalo. That didn't come to fruition either because of the merger. And they thought originally that the ABA was going to get 6 teams to come over to the NBA, or Kentucky, the Colonels, and the Spirits of St. Louis would transfer over, but instead they just took 4. And that was that for that. 2-2 to Sunkos, made a foul ball at home plate. He just got a piece of it, and no, they're going to say a catcher's interference against Tyler Clark. So you give an error to Clark, and the catcher's interference.
If that's your ticket, take it to the Fan Service Center, and congratulations.
Sunko reaches it first, and the bases are loaded with 1 out, and Alex Berg coming up to the plate. 10-0 the score in favor of Lancaster. But so what happened during the mergers, the Virginia Squires, there were 3 teams that didn't come over. The Spirits of St. Louis, the Kentucky Colonels, and the Virginia Squires. The Squires just folded. The Kentucky Colonels ended up getting a $3.3 million buyout. Pitch to Berg, hit on the ground, a shortstop, throw to second for 1, relay to first in time, double play, and the inning is over. 6-4-3, and Alex Berg goes down on the double play, and the Ducks are held off the scoreboard here in the 8th. No runs for the Ducks on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 men on base, rather 1 error on the catcher's interference, and they leave 1 man, or rather 2 on base. Get those numbers right at some point. It's 10-0 in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. This is Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Zach Treese, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owls party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. This is not a drill. That is Phelan Lentini that you see on the mound for the Ducks. There are all kinds of changes that have taken place. Here's what I can tell you with the naked eye. I'll wait for these all to be officially announced into the game. Ruben Gotai is moved from third to first. The third baseman in the game is now Giovanni Alfonso. Gotai at first. The right fielder in the game appears to be Mark Krause.
Moving from right field at number 24, Phelan Lentini.
So Alfonso at third, Gotai at first, Krause in right field, making his first appearance in the outfield this season. And Lentini is going to have to go through the gauntlet of Casey Hobson, Sean Halton, and Lastings Millage. First pitch to Halton is fouled back to the backstop. The count 0-1. Hobson has 2 home runs in tonight's ball game. A 2-run shot back in the first and a solo shot in the 5th, both off Dennis O'Grady. Now the pitch misses high and outside. Count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lentini was the position player who's designated to be the one that comes in and pitches, and is getting his first opportunity this season. Swinging and missing at the pitch is Hobson. Count now 1 and 2.
Change. Mark Krause moves from first base to right field.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Hobson goes down as Phelan Lentini strikes out the first batter he faces. 8th strikeout of the night for Ducks pitching. That is such a silly sentence to have to say. And Sean Halton now comes up to the plate. 10-0 the score in favor of Lancaster. Talking about the Spirits of St. Louis, dearly departed ABA team, about how they weren't going to get a team in the NBA. Kentucky Colonels weren't either. They took a $3.3 million buyout. The first pitch to Sam Halton is in for a strike. The count 0-1. But Ozzie and Dan Silna, the owners of the Spirits of St. Louis, they were crafty, and they held out for more money. As the pitch to Halton is fouled off, and the count is 0-2. And the result of that is what I called before the greatest trade deal in the history of trade deals, maybe ever. Instead of taking a $3.3 million settlement like the Kentucky Colonels did, the Silnos, as the ball is driven high in the air and deep to left field. Ford going back, losing the cap at the warning track. He makes the catch, and that's out number 2 here in the inning. 2 up and 2 set aside for Phelan Lentini, and that'll bring up Lasting's millage. But what they did is they held out for more money. They got a $2.2 million upfront payment from the NBA, but then they also negotiated to get a 1/7 share of the TV revenue from all 4 of the ABA teams that were joining the NBA forever. The actual wording of the contract is from the NBA or any other league that takes its place for as long as it shall continue. First pitch on the way to Lasting's millage misses low. The count 1 ball and 0 strikes. Here with Phelan Lentini on the mounds. And basically what that turned out to even out was about 2% of the NBA's TV money. So Millage drives one deep to left field, and that ball, if it's fair, it's gone, but it was foul. Millage emphatically dropped his bat after hitting that one, and now meekly turns back around and heads back into his batter's box. The first payment that they got in 1981 was worth about $500,000. And by the mid-2000s, they were getting $20 million a year still from the NBA. Pitch misses low, and the count now is 2 balls and a strike. And in 2014, the NBA tried to put a stop to it because it had been ridiculous. They'd made over $400 million off this deal over the years. They went to court in 2014 to try and buy out their stake in the Spirits of St. Louis. Pitch is popped up foul. Underneath it, Giovanni Alfonso settles and makes the catch. Short story is they reduced the Silna's stake in the Spirits of St. Louis, but the payments are still being made, but they've divided up most of the ownership group with those 4 teams, so they're not really being hurt. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 10-0 Lancaster. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is catcher Alex Berg, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Baseball fans, have you downloaded the official Long Island Ducks mobile app yet? Powered by Clear Vision Apps, you can buy tickets and stay up to date on Long Island's hometown team right on your mobile device. Download the app today for free by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. 10-0 the score in favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. New pitcher in the game for the Stormers. It's the right-hander Scott Schumann. 6'3", 205-pound right-hander from Valdosta, Georgia. Making his 22nd appearance of the season, he's 1-0 with a team-leading 1.74 ERA. Will face Mark Krause, who began the game at first base. He moved to right field in the 8th. And Ruben Gotay, the first baseman, he moved there in the 8th. And Delta Cleary Jr. all due up. First pitch on the way to Krause is in for a called strike. To count 0-1. Krause in danger of seeing his 7-game hitting streak and 11-game reach base streak coming to an end tonight. So for 3 so far, reached on a fielder's choice, which doesn't count towards the on-base streak, and has struck out twice otherwise. Now the pitch. One misses upstairs. The count even up at 1-1 to Krause. Nobody out. Top of the 9th inning. 10-0. Lancaster on top. Schumann trying to slam the door on the victory. Krause swings and flies one in the air down the left field line. Over for a look, the third baseman Sean Halton in foul territory. That one will reach the stands, and the count is now 1-2 to Mark Krause. Rami Lewis would get the win for the Barnstormers. He'd improved to 3-5 on the season. The loser in tonight's game would be Dennis O'Grady. He would fall to 2-3, barring a miracle comeback by the Ducks here in the 9th inning. Here's the pitch. Misses low and inside. The count now 2-2 to Krause. So the Barnstormers with an authoritative lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Schumann, one of their best relievers, on the mound to try and keep it that way. Now the 2-2 to Krause. That's on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Krause goes down. He's the 5th strikeout victim for Lancaster pitching tonight. It's the 3rd time that he's gone down himself.
Now batting the first baseman, Ruben Gotay.
So that'll bring up Ruben Gotay. The Ducks down to their final 2 quacks in the game. Lancaster 10 runs on 16 hits and 2 errors. Long Island, no runs on 7 hits and no errors. First pitch on the way to Gotay. Misses for a ball to count 1 ball and no strikes. Gotay is 0 for 3 tonight. Grounded into a double play. Fouled out to first base and flew out to left field. The loss would drop the Ducks to a game below 500 at 27-28. Pitch misses for a ball. It's now 2-0 to Rubin. Gotay hitting 188 since rejoining the Ducks earlier last week. About 7 days since he signed his contract. Now the 2-0. So a ground ball hit up the middle off the pitcher's mound and under the glove of Garrett Weber and into center field for a base hit for Ruben Gotay. So 1 out hit for the Ducks. It's just their 8th of the game. That'll bring up Delta Cleary Jr. Delta's 0 for 3 so far today. Fly out to left, a fly out to center, and a swinging strikeout. 2 hits in yesterday's ball game, and starting to turn things around, it looks like. He's been putting much better swings on the ball here over the last few games. Scott Schumann comes set at the letters, and now the pitch. And misses high, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Well, if the Ducks are going to do the impossible, base runners, base runners, base runners. That's the name of the game. Schumann set the pitch. Late swing and a foul by Delta, and the count now is 1-1. Zach Goldstein is out on deck. He will bat next. Came in as a pinch hitter for Dan Lyons back in the 7th inning. Schumann comes high set. Now the pitch. Swing a line drive hit off the end of the bat towards left field. Playable for Millage. He makes the catch coming in on it for out number 2. And now the Ducks down to their final out of the ball game.
Second baseman Zach Goldstein.
Now there's not really a way to slice it for Long Island tonight. The Barnstormers came ready to play and jumped all over Dennis O'Grady early, scoring 4 runs in the first inning thanks to 2 home runs. They never looked back from there. And the Ducks just kind of looked a little bit defeated after that. O'Grady really settled down and pitched better than his final line indicates. At one point, had retired 7 in a row after the rough start. It's the first pitch to Goldstein, misses high and inside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't the Ducks' night, and it was the night for the Barnstormers. The fans, the ones who came out and weathered the little bit of drizzle that we had earlier in the game, getting ready to be set for a fireworks display right after this one. Pitch in for a strike to Goldstein. The count now even at 1-1. At the conclusion of this one, we'll have the Long Island Ducks post-game show and say goodnight here from Lancaster. Get set for our matinee game tomorrow, 2 p.m. first pitch. Here's the pitch from Schumann. Swing and a miss by Goldstein. To a fastball up in the strike zone right by him. Count now 1-2. The Ducks down to their final strike of the ball game. Ruben Gotay takes his lead off first. Fans rhythmically clapping. Gets set for the 1-2 pitch. Schumann will look over at first. Goldstein open stance from the right side. Here's the 1-2. This is low in the dirt. Good block by the catcher Tyler Clark as it skittered away from him, but he was able to pounce on it. Count out 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the rhythmic clapping begins anew. The pitcher, Phelan Lentini, is on deck for the Ducks. That is a strange sentence. He pitched a scoreless 1-2-3 inning in the 8th and recorded his strikeouts. Now Schumann deals the pitch. That's in there. Strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. Scott Schumann strikes out 2 in the 9th inning, and the Long Island Ducks go down. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on base, as the Lancaster Barnstormers are victorious tonight by a final score of 10-0. We'll be back to recap this game on the other side of this break on the Long Island Ducks post-game show. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fan, this is a pitcher Amali Diaz, and you're listening to the Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
I welcome you back to Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Joe Basile here with you on the Long Island Ducks post-game show today. Not really a whole lot to recap on the Long Island side of things as they fall to the Lancaster Barnstormers by a final score of 10-0 tonight. The Barnstormers jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first inning thanks to home runs by Blake Galen and Casey Hobson. Sean Halton also scored on a Garrett Weber double in that opening frame. Then they tacked on another in the second. Rico Noel doubled and scored on a Blake Galen single. So it was 5-0 Lancaster. It became 6-0 Lancaster on a solo home run from Casey Hobson in the fifth. And in the sixth inning, 4 runs came home to score as the Barnstormers sent 10 men up to the plate against Dennis O'Grady and Yuri De La Rosa. Tyler Levine, through a scoreless inning in the seventh, he allowed just 1 hit, but that was all. Then Phelan Lentini came in and pitched the 8th inning and struck out a batter and set the Barnstormers down 1-2-3. Meanwhile, on the offensive side of things, not really much to report. The Ducks loaded the bases twice in the game, once in the third and once in the 8th, but couldn't push across a run. And they ended up leaving 9 men on base despite having 8 hits and not scoring a run in tonight's ball game. After striking out 16 times yesterday, the Ducks struck out just 6 times today. So I suppose silver linings. We'll take a step aside, come back, check scores from around the Atlantic League, and sign off. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tyler Wilson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
I welcome you back here to Clipper Magazine Stadium in beautiful Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The Long Island Ducks fall tonight to the Lancaster Barnstormers 10-0. Elsewhere around the Atlantic League, the Sugarland Skeeters fell to the Bridgeport Bluefish by a 7-4 final up at the ballpark at Harbor Yard tonight. At Regency Furniture Stadium in Southern Maryland in a slugfest, the New Britain Bees defeat the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 9-3. And in the top of the ninth inning at TD Bank Ballpark, the Somerset Patriots lead the York Revolution by a 4-2 score. But here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, we'll get you the final lines for tonight's game. First, for the Long Island Ducks. No runs on 8 hits, no errors, and 9 men left on base. For the Lancaster Barnstormers, 10 runs on 16 hits, 2 errors, and 8 left on base. The winning pitcher in the game was Rami Lewis. He improves to 3-5 on the season. Dennis O'Grady took the loss. He's 2-3. The game took 2 hours and 53 minutes to play in front of a paid attendance of 4,170. 2:54 to play. It's 4170 paid to see it. And so with all that being said, that does it for us here tonight from Clipper Magazine Stadium. We'd like to thank everyone here at the Barnstormers for their help in preparation for today's game, especially Dave Collins and the whole crew up here in the press box. I'd like to thank Kevin Baez and all the staff here on the road with the Long Island Ducks and everyone back home in Central Islip for their support today as well. My name is Joe Basile, giving you the final score for the final time tonight from Clipper Magazine Stadium. It's the Lancaster Barnstormers 10 and the Long Island Ducks nothing. Ducks will be back in action tomorrow at 2 p.m. where Rafael Perez takes the mound for the Ducks against former Duck Jarrett Leverett of the Lancaster Barnstormers. Again, first pitch scheduled for 2 p.m. We'll have a 1:45 pregame show right here on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. So long from Lancaster. We'll talk to you tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your Saturday nights.